lovely summer evening, a Tuesday evening, here at the baseball park. Let's turn our pregame activities over to Long Island Duck on field host right there by the pitcher mound with his very, very special guest. Here's Fast Ready for Gio.
Thank you, Ducks fans. Welcome to that baseball park. As Bob said, an absolute beautiful night for baseball. The Long Island Ducks want to thank tonight's game sponsor, Affinity Skilled Living and Rehabilitation. They made it possible for the first 1,500 fans through the gate to receive those fan-designed T-shirts. So once again, a big thank you to Affinity Skilled Living and Rehabilitation. Now out here on the mound to throw out the first pitch to Ducks coach Buddy Harrelson. From Affinity Skilled Living and Rehabilitation, the director of rehabilitation, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Mike Stearns. Mike's joined out here by Caleb, his son. So Mike, when you're ready, go ahead, fire it into Buddy. There you go, Caleb, big wave. Go ahead, Mike, fire it in there, big strike. Good job right down the middle. That's a strike. Way to go, Mike. Way to go, Caleb. And one more time, fans. Big round of applause for our game sponsor, Affinity Skilled Living and Rehabilitation.
And ladies, don't forget, if you follow the Long Island Ducks on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, make sure to take part in our Block Photo social media contest presented by PC Richard & Son. It's going on right now at this very moment. Send us a picture of you enjoying tonight's ball game using the hashtag Block Photo, and you could be going home a big winner. We'll be selecting a photo at the end of the fifth inning. But don't wait, make sure you get snapping right now. That's the Block Photo social media contest presented by PC Richard & Son, the Appliance, TV, Electronics, and Mattress
We're
Drive.
on the radio too, so we have to coordinate with the radio. We have to start the radio and the internet at the same time. Is that right?
Where's the microphones?
My microphone's right over here.
Where's mine?
Once we get started. That's the microphone that picks up all the sounds from the field. They'll know you're here. They told me you're here. That's right. It's 6:19 right now.
And baseball fans, how would you like to bowl with your favorite Duck players? Well, here's your opportunity on Sunday morning, July the 19th, at Bowl Long Island in Patchogue. Your favorite Long Island Duck players will be on hand to give out autographs and bowl against you, the Long Island Duck fans. The center is located on West Avenue in Patchogue, just south of Montauk Highway. Now, if you like details, visit the Long Island Ducks Customer Service Center, the upper concourse behind Oak Lake, and pick up a flyer. You can bowl against the Long Island Ducks on Sunday morning, July the 19th, at Bowl Long Island in Patchogue.
Okay, Noah, when I hit this, you let me know that you hear the broadcast start, okay? You give me a thumbs up, you let me know when you're here. In 10 seconds. You let me know in 10 seconds when I hit this thing, you let me know you're here on the air.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Line bunts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
Live from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, it's time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And tonight the Long Island Ducks take on the Lancaster Barnstormers in Game 2 of this 4-game series. Well, hello again, everyone. This is Chris King, and thanks so much for tuning in to Ducks baseball tonight around the world at liducks.com, of course at youtube.com/Ducks baseball, and on our flagship radio station, 103.9 LI News Radio, your home for news, traffic, weather, and of course, Ducks baseball. Ducks coming off a very impressive 1-0 win last night in the opener of this 4-game series against the Lancaster Barnstormers. They won their 14th straight game here at home to extend the franchise record. Delta Cleary Jr. scored the only run in the opening inning. Lou Ford knocked him in for his league-leading 50th run batted in, and the rest of the night belonged to right-hander Mickey Janis, the knuckleballer. 8 1/3 of 3-hit shutout ball, 3 walks, a season-high 11 strikeouts, and Janis now leads the league in both earned run average and strikeouts. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll hear from Mickey himself, Mickey Janis, the knuckleballer.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Chris King back at Bethpage Ballpark. Just a beautiful evening for baseball. And again, game 2 of a 4-game set between the Ducks and the Lancaster Barnstormers. Well, we told you all about Mickey Janis and his amazing performance last night. A season-high 11 strikeouts to give him 67 on the year now to lead the league. And he lowered his league-best earned run average from 1.31 to 1.18 in the 1-0 victory for Long Island. Janis has now gone an amazing 13 straight games without giving up more than one earned run against in any of those contests. I talked to Mickey before tonight's game about his performance last night. Again, 8 1/3 inning of 3-hit shutout ball with a season-high 11 strikeouts. Here's Janis.
It's just easy, but it's every inning's different. So there's a couple innings I was able to get out of a couple jams and a couple defensive plays, but I made the pitches when I had to make them, so that was good.
Well, take me to that 5th inning. I believe that was the biggest jam you're in. Your bases loaded. You fall behind 3-0 on a guy in a 1-run game. How were you able to get back and strike him out?
Yeah, I was just kind of cutting off my pitches a little bit, so I just had to make sure that I was reaching out towards home plate and getting everything going that direction and staying out front and finishing. So I was able to do that on the 3-0 pitch and got the strike one. And once you get the first strike, it's a lot easier after that. So, and then just challenging the hitters, just trying to make them, put the pressure on them to put the ball in play instead of, nibbling is what I was kind of doing, trying not to give up the big hit, but at the same time, challenging the hitter, and I was able to do that.
Was that the best the knuckleball had been working for you all year?
It was pretty close. There's been a few other games that it was working really well, but that was probably the most consistent. And then the game against Somerset that I had was probably one of the other better games that I had with the knuckleball. But everything combined, it's not just the knuckleball; it's everything combined that makes it effective. Pitching off the knuckleball, especially when I'm throwing the knuckleball for strikes, that makes the other pitches a lot better and makes it a lot tougher on the hitter.
It seems like your knuckleball too is much faster than most pitchers' knuckleballs. Is that by design or?
Yeah, I do throw it at slower speed too, but not as often because it's easier to react to it when it's slower, so they have more time to react. But definitely by design, I try and throw it harder if I can. It's just the way I've always thrown it. I've always been able to throw it harder, whereas taking the speed off is harder for me as opposed to a lot of other knuckleball pitchers. But definitely the harder knuckleball works better for me.
Kevin Byers was telling me your fastball too was clocking out at 92 on the recent road trip, so that has to help as well.
Yeah, I think that's what makes me a unique pitcher is that even though I throw a knuckleball, I can still run it up there in the low 90s. So it it makes the knuckleball makes the fastball look even harder. And same thing, if you're just sitting knuckleball, it might be a little bit easier to hit, but I got a couple other pitches to mix in there that makes it tough to hit.
Is there one knuckleballer that you've kind of idolized growing up or learned from?
When I was about 12 years old, I saw a special on Tim Wakefield that showed the grip and how to throw it, because I used to throw it with 3 fingers when I was a kid, and then when I saw the special on him, I started throwing it with 2 fingers, and the next day just went out and literally was just chucking it with my teammate, and he was just like, dude, that's an amazing, that thing's unhittable right now. So, just been fooling around with it throughout the years, and then especially with the success of R.A. Dickey the last 5 or so years, that's definitely, made me want to throw it more. And he's also the one that can throw it fairly hard, so kind of watched him a lot.
Did you ever have, though, a true knuckleballer give you any lessons on how to throw it, or you kind of picked it up on your own?
Yeah, I've had a few. I've talked to Charlie Huff. I've worked with him a few times, so he's helped me. When I got released by the Rays, I worked with him, and instead of I used to just throw it, just go out and throw it, without any, because I had no other perception of how to do it. So he kind of taught me how to connect the brain and the fingers to get the feel for it better. So I learned from him, and then I talked with Phil Niekro on the phone once or twice before, and then this past offseason I worked with Brian Waymo down in Arizona for a little bit, and he was trying to help me take speed off of it because that was more trouble for me. So that's definitely helped out a lot too.
What about when you look in the stats and see where you are now, number 1 in ERA and strikeouts in the league right now?
It's just numbers. I just try and go out and pitch. And if you just try and get the hitter out, the numbers will take care of themselves. So that's all I've been trying to do.
What about the defense behind you as well?
Yeah, they've been great. There's been a few plays yesterday that made some nice plays, and they've been there all year long for us. So it's not just behind me; it's behind every pitcher that we have. So that's definitely gives you a boost in confidence to go out there and just challenge the hitter to let the defense work behind you.
Well, you've taken some no-hitters and perfect games pretty deep this year. Last night, perfect game to the 5th. When do you start thinking about those things?
You always know what's going on. So, to really think you have a chance, I think you have to be in the 7th, 8th inning. Even the 6th, 5th inning, that's still really early. There's still a lot of game to play. So, definitely 7th, 8th inning, I think, is when you should start thinking about it. You kind of always you still always know what's going on, though.
I'm going to ask you some clubhouse stuff. I heard they had some fun with the Mickey lately for you now when you pitched like you did last night. What was that like in here?
Oh, they just throw on the song when I'm walking to the locker room after the game. They have fun with it, so I enjoy it. It's just fun to be around these guys in the clubhouse. Everybody's close to each other. And we have a lot of fun in there.
And finally, it looked like it was some pretty intense doubles ping pong. What's going on in there with that?
Yeah, KB a couple months ago said that when he played, every clubhouse he had a ping pong table, so he went out and bought one for us, and we've been having a good time with it ever since then. That might be the difference for us this year. I don't know. But it's definitely a lot of fun. We have some intense matches out there.
Well, Mickey, congratulations on a great season and keep it rolling.
All right, thanks a lot.
Again, that is Ducks pitcher Mickey Janus, number 1 in the Atlantic League in ERA and number 1 now in strikeouts with his 11 Ks last night. We'll take a break, and when we come back, a closer look at the pitching matchup for tonight's Game 2 of this 4-game series between the Ducks and Stormers. John Brownell goes for Long Island, the right-hander, against fellow right-hander Brian Woodall for Lancaster.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Chris King back at Bethpage Ballpark before tonight's game between the Long Island Ducks and the Lancaster Barnstormers. Righty John Brownell goes for Long Island tonight. He is 6-1 on the year with a 3.42 earned run average, and he is undefeated at home this season. A perfect 4-0, 1.42 is his ERA. Fellow righty Brian Woodall will go for the Barnstormers on the season, 1-4 with a 4.70 earned run average. So that's our matchup. The Ducks have taken the field. That means we'll take one more break, and when we come back, the starting lineups and the first pitch of tonight's ball game. It is next.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bay Shore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Let's gleam in, whose broadest right and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched, was so gallantly
Well, great job with our national anthem. That is Kirtland Lewis with Team Suffolk. The Dream Team, the youngsters on the field tonight, are the Blue Collar Bulldogs from Oyster Bay and the West Babylon Twins. And the color guard over at first base is Cub Scout Pack 79. Starting lineup first for Butch Hobson's visiting Lancaster Barnstormers. They come in 26-38. Right now, third in the Freedom Division, 10.5 games back of the first place Blue Crabs, and eliminated from playoff contention in the first half. Jerry Owens will lead it off in center field. Bryant Nelson, the former Duck, at second base batting second. Mike McDade is the DH hitting third, and Brian Cavazos Galvez is the first baseman and cleanup hitter. Brandon Jones in right field hits fifth. Luke Hughes at third base bats sixth. Jake Lucci in left field hits seventh. Juan Apodaca is the catcher and 8-hitter. And in the 9 hole, it's the shortstop Anderson Feliz. On the mound, the right-hander Brian Woodall on the season 1-4 with a 4.70 earned run average. For Kevin Baez, Long Island Ducks, they come in at 41-22. Right now, second in the Liberty Division, 4.5 games back of the first-place Somerset Patriots. 7 games to go in the half for Long Island. The Ducks' tragic number is 3. Any combination of 3 Duck losses or Patriot wins will give Somerset the first-half Liberty Division crown and a playoff spot come September. Starting lineup for the Ducks, Brian Sabatella leads it off in right field. Delta Cleary Jr. in left bats second. Lou Ford, the league's leading hitter in center field, bats third. And the cleanup man is the DH, Randy Ruiz. Big John Griffin at first base hitting fifth. Cody Puckett swings sixth at third base. Jose Morales will catch and hit seventh. In the 8 hole, it's Reggie Corona, the second baseman. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, Dan Lyons. On the hill right now, he just turned 32 years old on Sunday. It's the 6'3", 215-pound right-hander from Omaha, Nebraska, John Brownell, for Long Island, making his 12th appearance of the year and his 12th start, a 6-1 record, and a 3.42 earned run average for Brownell. So Brownie finishing up his warm-ups, and we are just about set for baseball. Again, the Ducks took the opener of the 4-game series here last night 1-0. And they did it with Delta Cleary Jr. scoring an unearned run in the very first inning. Lou Ford got the RBI, his league-leading 50th, and Mickey Janis did the rest. The knuckleballer went 8 1/3 of 3-hit shutout ball, had a season-high 11 strikeouts to lead the Ducks to the win. That snapped an overall 4-game losing streak for Long Island, but here at home was their 14th consecutive win to extend the franchise record. So we are just about set for baseball. Righty John Brownell to face the center fielder from the left side, Jerry Owens, for the Lancaster Barnstormers. Owens comes in at an even 300 on the year, no homers, and 4 runs batted in. So Brownell is ready, Owens is ready, and the first pitch of tonight's ball game on the way. And that gets the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Start time of the ball game is 6:38.
So 6:38 our first pitch, and after the next pitch, Bob O'Tone, our announcer, should give us the temperature as well. The 0-1 here is swung on and hit into center field for a base hit for Jerry Owens. Well, last night the Stormers didn't have a hit until the 5th inning.
Services temperature of tonight's ball game is 74 degrees.
So 74 degrees. We were at 73 last night. Sunshine, blue skies, lots of clouds over the outfield walls, and a bit of a breeze pushing from right towards left here. And again, last night it was Mickey Janis taking a perfect game into the 5th inning before Mike McDade singled his center to break it up. Barnstormers had only 3 hits in the game. They were all singles. Ducks had only 5 hits in their 1-0 win. They were all singles as well. So here's the former Duck, Bryant Nelson, the switch-hitting second baseman, and 2-man in from the left side, showing bunt and pushing a beauty towards first, fielded there by John Griffin, who will tag him out. So the bunt goes 3 unassisted on the sacrifice. It is Jerry Owens down to second, and immediately a man in scoring position for Lancaster. So again, the Barnstormers shut out here last night, the 7th time this year they've been shut out on the road. And for the Ducks, the victory was their 6th shutout win of the season. So Lancaster had lots of chances last night. They left 7 men on base. They had a man on third in the 9th inning with only 1 out and could not tie the game. Here's Mike McDade, the big DH and switch hitter, 3-man from the left side here against the righty Brownell, who misses up and away. McDade, a .364 hitter in 3 games as a Barnstormer. He is 4 for 11, making his debut this past Sunday. Leading off second is Jerry Owens. Brownell at the belt, and the righty's 1-0. Is grounded to first for John Griffin. He will take it to the bag himself, and going over to third on the play is Jerry Owens. He's now the 2-out runner. So we'll see if the Barnstormers can get him home with their cleanup man, Brian Cavazos Galvez, the first baseman, a right-handed swinger.
Number 31.
Again, Brownell, 11 starts this year, 6-1 record, 3.42 earned run average, and a perfect 4-0 here at home, where his ERA is even better, 1.42 when he's at the duck pond. Here he gets an inside strike on Cavazos Galvez, and the count 0-1. Brownell has pitched 73 2/3 innings, allowing 63 hits. He's walked 18 and struck out 61. The 61 Ks, third in the league, 6 back of his teammate Mickey Janis, who leads the league now as Brownell gets another inside strike. It's quickly 0-2. As Janis last night, 11 strikeouts, a season high for Mickey, and he overtook the league lead in strikeouts with now 67. So Brownell 6 back of tying Janis for the league lead in Ks. And here an early discussion at the plate between Brian Cavazos Galvez and our home plate umpire Manolo Alejandro. So it's Alejandro calling balls and strikes, J.B. Torres at first, and Warren Nicholson, the man in black, at third. An 0-2 pitch coming, and that down and away. Held up did Cavazos Galvez, and it's ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count. Here at Bethpage Ballpark, we go 400 feet to dead center field and 325 down the line. John Brownell trying to get this one to the dugout in a scoreless game, top of the first. Barnstormers trying to finally get a run in. They got a man at third in Jerry Owens and 2 away. Be a 1-2 pitch coming. And that a called third strike on the inside corner. He got him looking. So that'll do it for the Barnstormers. No runs a hit and a man left. Middle of the first inning tonight at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It's the Lancaster Barnstormers nothing, and the Long Island Ducks coming to bat.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived.
Well, the Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916. Well, a scoreless game heads to the last of the first, and defensively tonight for the Barnstormers, they have Brian Cavazos Galvez at first base, Bryant Nelson at second, Anderson Felice the shortstop, and Luke Hughes at third. Jake Lucci's in left, Jerry Owens in center, Brandon Jones in right, Juan Apodaca does the catching, and on the hill right now, going through his warm-ups, the 28-year-old right-hander from Birmingham, Alabama. He stands 6'1", 212 pounds, Brian Woodall, to make his 16th appearance of the year and his 10th start. A 1-4 record and a 4.70 earned run average. In 59 and a third innings tossed, he's allowed 65 hits. He's walked 16 and struck out 49. So he is a little better than 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And the first man to face Brian Woodall is the right-swinging right fielder and leadoff man for Long Island. It's Brian Sabatella. Sabatella in at .301, 7th best average in the league. He's got a homer and 28 runs batted in. And it is just incredible when you look at this Ducks lineup now. They have 7 players who are hitting 300 or better for the season. That's just remarkable. And again, as a team, they have a .282 average to lead the Atlantic League. And Sabatella takes high here. They also lead the league in hits. They lead the league in runs. They lead the league in walks drawn. And they lead the league in stolen bases. Just an offensive juggernaut is this Ducks team right now. The 1-0 is right down the middle for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. In fact, if you look at the league leaders in hitting coming in, the Ducks have 4 of the top 5 hitters in the Atlantic League in their lineup tonight and 5 of the top 7 hitters in the entire league. 1-1 here is stroked into center field. Jerry Owens moving to his right is able to make the grab and put it away for out number 1. So just to run that down for you, it really bears talking about. Lou Ford, number 1 in the league, 346. Delta Cleary Jr., number 2 at 329. Dan Lyons, number 4 at 309. Regi Corona, number 5 at 308. And Brian Sabatella, again, 7th in the league at 301. 5 of the top 7 hitters in batting average in the Atlantic League are in the Ducks starting lineup tonight. And here is Delta Cleary Jr., the switch-hitting left fielder in two-man. In from the left side against the right-hander, Brian Woodall. First pitch to Cleary, misses inside. Delta batting 329. Again, now up to 2nd in the league, trailing only Lou Ford, who waits on deck at 346. The 1-0 to Cleary is on the ground to the second baseman, Bryant Nelson. Slides to his left, flips to first, and there are 2 away. So a good start for Brian Woodall, the righty starter for the Stormers. A fly out, a ground out, and now the league's best hitter and the Atlantic League Player of the Year a season ago, Lou Ford.
The center fielder, number 20, Lou Ford. Number 20.
As only Bob O'Tone, the Bullet, can say it, Lou Ford. He gets the crowd chanting Lou now every time Ford comes to home plate. Lou in the 3-hole, center fielder from the right side stands in here with 2 outs, nobody on, scoreless game, last of the first. Woodall's first pitch to Ford is in there for a strike. Again, Lou, number 1 in the Atlantic League in batting average, 346. He's got 6 homers, and he's got 50 runs batted in to lead the league as well. 0-1. Almost hit him. He had to jump out of the way of that inside offering at the knees, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, last night, Lou, a ground ball to third with the infield in. In the very first inning, Delta Cleary Jr. was the runner at third. And when they threw across the first to get Ford, it was Cleary taking off for home and scoring an unearned run for the game's only run in a 1-0 win for Long Island. Ford takes inside here for ball 2, and the count now 2-1. Woodall kicks and comes home, and that slider gets the outside corner, beautifully placed on the black. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Lou Ford, who didn't have a hit last night as he watched a 7-game hitting streak come to an end, but did get on base twice with walks to extend his on-base streak to 22 straight games. Here he fouls one down in the dirt, and the count 2-2 on Lou Ford. So again, a couple of streaks came to an end for Lou last night. A 7-game hitting streak. He had also put together 4 straight multi-hit games before going 0 for 2 last night with a pair of walks to extend that on-base streak to 22 games, and again driving in the game's only run in the very first inning. 2-2 coming. And that another tapper foul. Sounds like he might have broken his bat. He's going to hang on to it here, but the ball went right behind him. And for now, he's going to stay with that piece of lumber and climb back in with a count remaining, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Barnstormers did a great job last night as well. Their pitchers limited the Ducks to only 5 hits, all of them singles. But again, couldn't get a run across in a 1-0 loss for Lancaster. 2-2 again here, almost hit him. So Woodall has really been trying to back Lou Ford off the plate here throughout the at-bat. And when that ran in tight, it was ball 3, and the count now full. Waiting on deck, Randy Ruiz for Long Island. Woodall's 2-out payoff. Breaking ball hit on the ground and through the left side and in the left field. So make it a 23-game on-base streak now for Lou Ford, who picks up his league-leading 84th hit of the season. Just snuck it between short and third, despite the diving attempt by the third baseman, Luke Hughes. So 4-2 out runner, and Lou with good speed, although he only has 1 steal on the year in 2 tries. Ducks lead the league with 69 swipes, and last night they had 3 steals, as did the Barnstormers. Nobody was caught stealing last night at all. 6 stolen bases, no caught stealings. Here's Randy Ruiz, the DH and cleanup man from the right side, and he takes Woodall's first pitch for a strike. Ruiz batting .323, a pair of homers, and 16 runs batted in. Sat out last night's game with what Kevin Baez called a little bit of a tight hamstring, maybe from the long flight home from Houston, Texas yesterday before the Ducks game, and Kevin said he could have played late in the game, but chose not to use him, and here he waves through the next pitch, and he's quickly down in the count, 0-2. Again, Ducks had to leave their hotel yesterday morning at 4 a.m. to get to the Houston airport at 7 a.m., to fly to Newark by 11 a.m., get back to the ballpark by 1:30 p.m., and then play that night and go out and win the game 1-0. 0-2 here is a check swing. They appeal to first, and J.B. Torres said he went around, and it's a swinging strikeout of Randy Ruiz. First K tonight for Brian Woodall. That ends the home first. For Long Island, no runs, a hit, and a man left. We've played one tonight at the Duck Pond. The Ducks and Barnstormers are scoreless.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's Home for News, Traffic and Weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
The Ducks Health Report is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. The Ducks right now completely healthy, as again Randy Ruiz sat out last night's game with that tight hamstring, but he's good to go and in the starting lineup tonight. A couple of transactions for the Ducks today as well, as they welcome in a brand new left-handed pitcher, and they could use it. They have only one lefty out of the bullpen. That's Patrick Kreider, but they bring in a former big leaguer, J.C. Romero, 14 years of major league experience, almost 700 games, and was a member of the 2008 World Champion Philadelphia Phillies. So J.C. Romero available from the left side to pitch tonight if Kevin Baez chooses to go that route. And Mark Rogers has been shipped off to the Bridgeport Bluefish for future considerations. Top of the second, no score, and Brandon Jones takes strike one from John Brownell. Jones, the 5-hitter and right fielder from the left side, and he grounds this one foul toward the railing in front of the Ducks dugout on the first base side. And the count quickly 0-2 on Jones, a .236 hitter on the year with 5 homers and 21 runs batted in. No score, top of the second. 0-2 pitch is up high for ball one. Again, John Brownell last worked Thursday down in Sugar Land, Texas, in an 8-7 loss. He took a no decision in that contest, tossing 6 innings of 7-hit, 4-run ball, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Here he misses way outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Brandon Jones. In his 11 starts, the Ducks are 9-2 in the games that John has pitched. 2-2 here is on the ground and through into center field for a base hit. So second straight inning, the Barnstormers have had a leadoff single.
Batting in the 6th position, the third baseman, number 11, Luke Hughes, number 11.
And with Jones at first and nobody out, it'll bring up their third baseman from the right side, the 6-hitter, Luke Hughes. Hughes on the year, a .286 hitter, batting average-wise. He's got 2 homers, and he's driven in 8. So we'll keep our eye on Brandon Jones over at first. He's got good speed. 5 steals in 6 tries. And again, the Stormers had 3 swipes last night in 3 tries. And John Brownell immediately going to throw over to bring Brandon Jones back to the bag. Well, behind John tonight, he's got John Griffin at first base, Reggie Corona at second, Dan Lyons the shortstop, and Cody Puckett is in on the grass at third in case Hughes tries to bunt. He does not show bunt and takes up high here for ball one. Delta Cleary Jr.'s in left field, Lou Ford in center, Brian Sabatella in right, and Jose Morales doing the catching again tonight for Long Island. Jones walks that lead away from first base as Griffin holds him on. And the 1-0 here to Hughes from Brownell. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Well, John's been on quite a run of late. Brownell is unbeaten in his last 8 starts. 4-0 with 4 no decisions in that run. Has not lost a game since May the 6th at Bridgeport, and that is only loss of the year. He's going to throw over at first here again to bring Brandon Jones back on his feet. So Brownell going to try to keep the running game in check tonight, much like Mickey Janis tried to do last night with that knuckleball, which makes it that much more difficult. And here John misses inside at the shins to Hughes, and it's ball 2, a count now of 2 balls and 1 strike. Ducks with a chance tonight to break a couple of franchise records. We'll get to those in just a minute. Some very impressive ones, too. Ones that have been around in like franchise history since day one. We're talking 16 years of Ducks baseball. Could do something tonight they've never done before here as Hughes lifts it foul over the screen behind home plate. And the count 2-2. The Ducks for the month of June are 22-6. They have never won more than 22 games in a single month in franchise history. And tonight is June the 30th, the last night of the month of June. So it's either get it done tonight or they'll end up tying the franchise record previously set twice. 2-2 here is foul back again over the netting behind home plate. They won 22 games for the first time back in August of 2000. They were 22-8 that month. They won 22 games in July of 2003 when they were 22-5. But a win tonight would be the first 23-win month in franchise history. And again, this is the 16th year of Long Island Ducks baseball. Wow. Be a 2-2 here coming in this righty-righty. And that one grounded foul down the left field line out past big DJ Boston, who's coaching at third, with Butch Hobson, the manager, in the dugout on the third base side. So good battle here between Hughes and Brownell. And last night, Hughes 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch to get on for the only time, but again, only 3 different Barnstormers had hits, and they were all singles: Apodaca, Batista, and McDade. Another 2-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. So John Brownell has his second strikeout of the game, and there's one gone.
To the Pregame AGP board in section 211.
So that'll bring up Jake Lucci.
Position for the Barnstormers, the left fielder, number 3, Jake Lucci, number 3.
Lucci, the left fielder, who swings from the left side, batting 7th tonight for Butch Hobson. Lucci on the season just hitting 197. No homers, 3 runs batted in. He's just come over from the Bridgeport Bluefish in a trade for future considerations. He's played 4 games as a Barnstormer and is still looking for his first hit with Lancaster. He's 0 for 12. So 1 on, 1 out, scoreless game, top of the second. Brownell going to throw over to first now to bring Brandon Jones back again. He's now the 1-out runner. Didn't show any signs of going during that Luke Hughes at bat. But now with 1 away, let's see if Jones changes his tune. He is short of the cutout, does not go. And Brownell misses outside with ball 1. Again, John Brownell in his 4th year with the Ducks, 4th year in the Atlantic League, and his 10th season of professional baseball, going all the way back to 2006. Of course, won the back-to-back titles with the Long Island Ducks in 2012 and 2013. 1-0 here, misses low and in. Snap throw down to first, but Brandon Jones is back. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. Chris King back at Bethpage Ballpark, top of the second. No score between the Ducks and Barnstormers. Lancaster has Brandon Jones at first as a 1-out runner, and Jake Lucci at the plate with a count of 2 balls and no strikes. Brownell's 2-0 with a runner going is a comebacker. John with time to get it to second. To Lyons on the first. In time! Beautifully turned. 1-6-3 double play. And that will retire the side. For Lancaster, no runs a hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the second on Long Island. The Ducks and Stormers still 0-0.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Well, there's no better time than now to sign up the young Duck fan in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Now, children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting liducks.com or calling 631-940-3825. That's 631-940-DUCK. Welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark. We head to the bottom of the second inning. This is Chris King. I thank you so much for tuning in to Ducks Baseball tonight, making us a part of your Tuesday evening entertainment, whether you're listening on our flagship radio station, 103.9 LI News Radio, or around the world at liducks.com or youtube.com/DucksBaseball. We do appreciate you stopping by. Again, the Ducks trying to win their 15th straight game at home here tonight and close out what will be a perfect month on their home field. Their last loss at home all the way back on May the 31st when they dropped a one-run decision in 15 innings to the York Revolution. And again, they have not lost at home since. So the franchise record has been set. It was 12 home wins in a row, but tonight they're at 14, trying to make it 15 as they close out June. John Griffin, the 5-hitter and first baseman, stands in from the right side to begin the home second in a scoreless game, and righty Brian Woodall kicks and comes home and gets an inside strike on Griffin. John batting .245. His 9 home runs are tied for most in the Atlantic League, and he's second in the league in ribbies with 42, 8 back of the league leader Lou Ford. Swings through this one, and it's 0-2, and this was the kind of night John had last night. He got the old golden sombrero, 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. So quickly Brian Woodall going after him, and he's got him down in a 2-strike hole. Woodall's pitch is way outside as Apodaca set up away, trying to get Griffin to bite, but he wouldn't, and it's ball 1 instead. And it's been a problem this year for John. He now has 75 strikeouts on the season, and that is third most of any player in the league. Also tied for the league leading homers, though, as we mentioned, so you got to take the strikeouts with the home runs, as here he takes down and away, and he's got the count back to 2-2. Again, game 2 of a 4-game set tonight between these two teams, and game 2 of a 7-game homestand for the Ducks that will close out the season's first half. 2-2 just missed outside, not by much, so good job by Griffin to use his eye here, and from an 0-2 hole, he's worked the count full. Waiting on deck is Cody Puckett, and Griffin and Puckett have both struggled of late, trying to get back on track. The 3-2 is a swing and a miss, so he struck him out. And John now 0 for 5 in the series with 5 strikeouts. It's the second K tonight for Lancaster's right-hander, Brian Woodall.
Back in the 6th position for Long Island, third baseman number 2, Cody Puckett.
So here's the aforementioned Cody Puckett, the right-swinging third baseman, batting 6th tonight for Kevin Baez. Puckett in at .273, 4 homers, 22 runs batted in. Woodall set away from the letters, and his first pitch to Cody is an inside strike. 0-1 to Puckett, who is just 1 for 20 in his last 5 games. And last night, he went 0 for 4, but struck out twice, as opposed to Griffin, who struck out all 4 times. 0-1 here is in at the shoe tops. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Cody Puckett. No score, bottom of the second. Barnstormers with a pair of hits. Lou Ford has Long Island's only knock. 1-1 is a foul ball here, back to the netting behind home plate. And the count 1-2 now on Cody Puckett. Brian Woodall, the starter tonight for Lancaster in his first year as a Barnstormer, first year in the Atlantic League, and his 8th year of pro baseball. No major league experience for Woodall. 7 years of affiliated ball, all of it in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization, going from rookie ball all the way through AAA. 1-2 here is a tapper foul off the end of the bat, down the first base line, and Cody Puckett stays alive here at a ball and 2 strikes. Strange thing about Woodall, prior to last year, he had only made 1 start in his entire pro career. And this year, again, he's done a little bit of both for Lancaster. He started 9 games and relieved 6 times. So tonight, his 10th start of the season and his 16th game. Puckett, base hit into center field. So maybe that'll get Cody back on track. And a 1-out runner for Long Island. Cody with 1 steal on the year in his only try. And from the on-deck circle, Jose Morales talking it over with Regi Corona before Jose heads toward home.
Hitting in the zone position for Long Island, catcher number 26, Jose Morales, number 26.
Morales batting .256, a homer, and 14 runs batted in. He's been hot at home, though, a 6-game home hitting streak. He extended with a single last night. He was 1 for 3 with his 5th stolen base of the year. Again, Jose, the catcher for Long Island, has not been caught stealing all season. So Puckett with a lead just short of the cutout at first, does not go. And Woodall deals strike 1 on the inside corner to Jose Morales. Morales trying to get back on track. He was hot before the Ducks went down to Sugar Land, Texas, and dropped 5 of 6 games to the Skeeters. When they headed out on that trip, Long Island had won 10 straight and were 20-1 in the month of June. 20 wins in 21 games. Grounded the first. Cavazos Galvez steps on the bag, throws to second, back to first in time. He actually didn't step on first originally, threw to second instead, and then got the return throw, so the double play goes 3-6-3, and that'll do it for Long Island. No runs a hit, nobody left, no score after 2 tonight in Central Islip.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, a scoreless game hits the inning number 3 tonight at the old Duck Pond between the Stormers and the Flock. We check in on the Atlantic League action last night. Not good news for the Ducks in Camden, New Jersey, as the Somerset Patriots go in and they win it 6-3. Again, the Patriots have a magic number of 3. Any combination of Somerset wins or Duck losses that add up to 3 will give the Patriots the first half Liberty Division title and a guaranteed playoff berth come September. Elsewhere, Bridgeport won it 7-6 at home over Southern Maryland, and the York Revolution, just like the Ducks, had a 1-0 win at home as they beat the Sugar Land Skeeters. To the third we go in a scoreless game, and righty John Brownell for Long Island to start with the 8-hitter and catcher from the right side. It's Juan Apodaca. First pitch to him, and that grounded foul into his own dugout on the third base side. He bounced it over the railing. Strike 1 on Apodaca, a .233 hitter with a homer and 6 runs batted in. Told you about the Barnstormers stealing 3 bases last night. It was kind of unusual because all 3 players who stole didn't have a stolen base all year. So for all 3 of them, it was their first swipe of the season. 0-1 here is just outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Apodaca, first stolen base. Batista as well. And Owen. So each player with their first steals of the season. And again, not all of them have been there all year long, but we are approaching, again, the end of the first half, which wraps up Sunday. The 1-1 is inside. 2 balls and a strike now to Juan Apodaca. So again, we fill you in on the races for the first half division titles. In the Freedom Division, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in first place, 4 games better than the second place Sugar Land Skeeters. The Blue Crabs have a magic number of 2, so they could clinch as soon as tonight. The 2-1 is pop foul out of play high down the right field line. What would have to happen for Southern Maryland to clinch a playoff spot tonight? They need to win their game in Bridgeport, and they need Sugar Land to lose in York. So the magic number of 2, a win for them, a loss for Sugar Land, and that would be the 2 they need to clinch a playoff spot and go back to the postseason for the 6th time in 7 years. 2-2 pitch coming to Apodaca, and that grounded wide of third. Big DJ Boston bobbled it, but came up with it, and now he'll look for a lucky fan to flip it to. Quackerjack doing his thing atop the visiting dugout as he poses for some pictures with a youngster. And I see he's got the garbage can tops over there that he loves to get the fans going with. 3 different garbage can tops that he'll pick up and flash to the crowd. One says let's, one says go, and one says Ducks. Here's the 2-2 to Apodaca. And that on the fists, again foul down the left field line. And good battle here by Apodaca against John Brownell in a scoreless game in the top of the 3rd. So again, that's the situation in the Freedom Division. Lancaster and York have both been eliminated. Barnstormers are 10.5 back of the first place Blue Crabs. Fill you in on the Ducks and Patriots situation in just a second. So Brownell waits for Apodaca to get set. Another 2-2. And that missing low and away in the count full. Patriots atop the Liberty Division. Ducks 4.5 games back with 7 to go in the first half. Camden and Bridgeport have both been eliminated. That's why the Patriots have a magic number of 3. And the Ducks just trying to keep themselves alive and not let Somerset clinch until the Patriots get here for a 3-game set Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Brownell misses low and away in the dirt. And that's his first walk tonight, a base on balls to Juan Apodaca. And 3rd straight inning that the Stormers have put the leadoff man aboard. And last night, both teams just outstanding pitching in the 1-0 Ducks victory. Both teams had 12 strikeouts against the other, and each team issued 3 walks as well. Here's the 9-hitter, Anderson Felice, the shortstop, and 9-man, a switch hitter batting left against the righty Brownell. Shows bunt and pops it foul back to the netting for strike 1. Ducks were expecting it with Cody Puckett charging towards home from third base. Anderson Felice hitting .203, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. But both of his home runs have come in his last 5 games. He had no homers in his first 20 games to begin the season. Morales, the catcher, sets up away. He does not show bunt. And Brownell hits the target. Put it right in the glove for strike 2. And now Quackerjack gets those garbage cans going. You may be able to hear him clanking them together in the background and getting the fans to do the Let's Go Ducks chant. He's got 2 in his hand, and a young lady has the last one, the word Ducks, in hers. 0-2 pitch here, just missed low. At the plate, but a little below the knees. And it's ball 1 now to Anderson Felice. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Juan Apodaca held on at first by John Griffin. And again, we mentioned Apodaca last night had his first stolen base of the season. Does not go, and this one a check swing. They appeal, and umpire Warren Nicholson says he went around. So Anderson Felice, a strikeout victim swinging. 3rd K of the night for John Brownell, and there's 1 away. Now, Felice doesn't like the call. He's arguing with the home plate umpire, but it was the third base umpire that signaled that he had gone around.
Back to the top of the order for the Barnstormers with center fielder number 10, Jerry Owens, number 10.
So 1 on, 1 out to the top of the order for Jerry Owens, who opened the game by singling the center field. They got him as far as third base, but could not get him home as Brian Cavazos Galvez was struck out looking by John Brownell to end the inning. No score, top of the 3rd. First pitch here to Owens. Line down the right field line, that's a base hit. Trying to cut it off is Brian Sabatella. Apodaca heading for 3rd. Will they send him home? No, they're going to stop him. The throw in his 2nd. He got him! What a throw by Brian Sabatella. Guns down. Jerry Owens trying to stretch a single into a double, and there's 2 away. Oh, a terrific throw by Sabatella from the right field corner, 325 feet away down the line, and he guns him down at 2nd. So just more terrific defense. Last night we saw Prentice Redmond in left field with a diving backhanded catch toward the line. And in our pregame interview tonight, it was Mickey Janis just raving about the job the Ducks have done defensively behind him. So 2 outs, Apodaca at 3rd, and here's Bryant Nelson. And he takes low and inside for ball one. Nelson, a beautiful sacrifice bunt his first time up to move Jerry Owens from first base all the way around to third. 1-0 is grounded foul up the first base line. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bryant Nelson. Back for another season of Atlantic League Baseball, his 10th. And he is 41 years of age. But back at it once again. He made his return to the Barnstormers on June the 16th at Camden. And batting over 300 already. 302 his average coming in. No homers and a run batted in. He sat out last night's game. 1-1 here is pop foul, slicing out of play down the left field line. And it's 1-2 on Bryant Nelson. So John Brownell with help from a great throw by Brian Sabatella from the right field corner to gun down Jerry Owens, now trying to strand Juan Apodaca at third with 2 away. Ahead of Bryant Nelson, 1-2. Head-high fastball, he laid off it, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, Bryant Nelson, a part of the championship team for the Long Island Ducks in both 2012 and 2013. 2-2 the count on the switch-hitting second baseman from the left. Grounds this one to his counterpart. Regi Corona at second will flip to first, and that retires the side. For Lancaster, no runs, a hit, a walk, and 1 man left. To the bottom of the third we go on Long Island. Our game still scoreless.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Brian Sabatella, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Well, hey, Duck fans, the final out of the top of the third inning was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Now, did you know that a 15-minute call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com. Some more terrific defense from the Long Island Ducks. Brian Sabatella with a great throw from the right field corner into the glove of Dan Lyons, the shortstop, who applied the tag on Jerry Owens to gun him down, and 1 batter later, the inning was over for the Lancaster Barnstormers. So we go to the bottom of the third in a scoreless game, and right-hander Brian Woodall for Lancaster to deal with 8, 9, and 1 in Kevin Baez's order. Regi Corona, Dan Lyons, and Brian Sabatella. So here's Regi, the second baseman, an 8-man, a switch hitter who will bat left-handed against Woodall, the righty. Regi having a terrific year, batting .308. He's up to 5th best in the Atlantic League. Has 1 home run on the year that was against the Lancaster Barnstormers, and has driven in 24 on the year. And again, that's the one strange number for the Ducks in the season series against Lancaster. This is the 10th game, technically, between the two teams. They've played 8 that have gone to a decision. The Ducks have won 5 and lost 3. Also had a suspended game between them in Lancaster. So 10th time they've gotten together. Ducks have 33 home runs this year as a team, but only one of them against the Barnstormers. And the guy at the plate, who's only got 1 home run all year, Regi Corona, is the guy to hit it. He takes strike 1 here from Brian Woodall. Woodall's 0-1 to Regi. And that inside and low, 1 ball and 1 strike. So we told you about the 1 mark that's up for grabs tonight. Most wins in a calendar month. It would be their 23rd win in the month of June. The other number, the Ducks tied last night. It was their 41st win of the first half. They are 41 and 22 right now. as the 1-1 here is popped up, foul territory, third base side. That'll make the seats for strike 2. The most ever wins in the first half of a season is 41 by last year's Long Island Ducks. They won 41 games in the first half of 2014. So the Ducks win tonight. The 42 victories would be the most wins ever in a first half season, and it would tie the franchise record for the most wins ever in any half. The original Ducks back in 2000, the first year in franchise history, won 42 games in the second half of that remarkable season when Buddy Harrelson was manager. 1-2 is well hit but foul down the right field line, and believe it or not, that first-year team still holds the record for most wins overall in a season. Buddy Harrelson was named Manager of the Year in his only year as skipper, as the first-year Ducks back in 2000 went 82-58 on the year, and no Duck team has won 82 games since. But boy, this one is certainly going to have a chance to break that mark, as, again, they could really smash the first-half record with a couple more wins this week. Here a swing and a foul tip at the plate by Regi Corona, and the count remains 1-2 strikes. So again, 42 wins is the most ever in any half. The Ducks have 41 wins already and still 7 games remaining in the first half. So like I said, they could really obliterate that mark if they stay hot at home, as tonight is game 2 of a 7-game homestand. And again, they have not lost a home game in June. They've been perfect at home in June. They've won all 14 home games in the month of June. The 1-2 is grounded to first, picked up there by Brian Cavazos Galvez, and he'll go to the bag himself to beat Regi Corona there for out number 1. I'll bring up Dan Lyons.
Dan Lyons, number 12.
Dan, the shortstop and 9-hitter, a right-handed batter, has his average up to .309, fourth best average in the Atlantic League now. 4 homers, 33 runs batted in. What a season he is having in his 5th year as a Long Island Duck. Again, the 4 home runs, already the most he's ever had in a single season as a Duck. He did that last year. First pitch to him is lined in the left field for a base hit. So Dan Lyons stays hot for the Ducks. He had a 3-game hitting streak come to an end last night, but back on track now with hits in 8 of his last 10 games. So Ducks with a base hit in all 3 innings.
Top of the order for the Long Island Ducks is right fielder, number 44, Brian Sabatella, number 44.
And with 1 on and 1 out, we go back to the top of the order for Brian Sabatella. We will watch Dan Lyons at first. 9 steals in 10 tries. And again, the Ducks, as we mentioned, leading the Atlantic League with 69 swipes on the season. Sabatella flew out to center field to open the game for Long Island. He's 0 for 1. Brian last night 1 for 4 with a single and did strike out 2 times. Lyons right at the cutout at first. Woodall staring at him over the left shoulder and deals a strike to Sabatella. It's 0-1. Boy, what a year for Sabatella. Last night extending his hitting streak to 8 games. He has hits in 21 of his last 22 games. Been a great table setter at the top of the order, leading the league in runs scored and stolen bases. He'll see an 0-1 here from Woodall, who decides to fire a fastball over to first instead to bring Dan Lyons back on his feet. No score, bottom of the 3rd tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark on yet another beautiful evening for baseball. Still plenty of time to come on out. We're only a third of the way through if you'd like to come out and see this red-hot Ducks team that's won 14 in a row at home. 0-1 is ripped into left center field. Will it get down? No, it hangs up for Jerry Owens, the center fielder, who made a running basket catch on the play for the second out. Everybody here thought that was going to drop in, but it just hung up the whole time. It was a line drive, essentially, that never dropped at all until it fell in the glove, basket style, of Jerry Owens, the center fielder in left center field. So Lyons still at first. He's now a 2-out runner. And here's Delta Cleary Jr., the left fielder, who scored the only run in last night's game. Again, it was the first inning. He was at third base with 1 away. Barnstormers had the infield in. Lou Ford hit the ball to third. Luke Hughes looked Delta back, threw to first. Delta took off for home plate, and he slid in ahead of the throw back home from the first baseman to give the Ducks an unearned run and the only run of the game in a 1-0 win. Talked to Kevin Baez about it today. He said he had no problem with Delta taking off, even though he told him don't go home unless the ball goes through the infield. So Delta grounded out to second his first time, and this time he pops it up in a shallow right. The second baseman, Bryant Nelson, out to make the call and the catch, and that'll do it for Long Island. No runs, a hit, and a man left. 3 innings in the books tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. It's the Long Island Ducks nothing and the Lancaster Barnstormers nothing.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Blank, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Three innings complete tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. No score between the Barnstormers and Ducks. For Lancaster, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. For Long Island, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. And we head to the 4th inning. We'll get you our 4th inning trivia question in just a minute. Give you the question here in the top of the inning and the answer in the bottom of the frame. John Brownell, though, set the deal to Mike McDade, the DH and 3-man. And the first pitch is up and away for ball 1. All right, the question tonight concerns the ageless Bryant Nelson. The former Duck, again, is 41 years of age and back for his 10th year of Atlantic League Baseball. Here, a called strike. It's 1-1 now to Brian McDade. Of course, Nelson has played for the Ducks in 4 different years. 2007, 2008, 2012, a champion, 2013, a champion as well. Backdoor curve here and a beauty by Brownell. And he's out in front of McDade, a ball and 2 strikes. In fact, Bryant Nelson recently got his 890th hit in the Atlantic League. The 1-2 is a comebacker through the legs of Brownell, picked up behind second by Dan Lyons, and he throws him out. So, boy, Brownell lucky it didn't hit either one of his legs right through the 5-hole in a hockey term, and Dan Lyons had to wait for it to come over second base, as I believe it broke the bat of Mike McDade, but he threw him out for out number 1. So, again, our question tonight concerns Bryant Nelson and his 890 hits in the Atlantic League. All right, they place him now 5th all-time in most hits by any player in Atlantic League history. We want you to name as many players as you can ahead of him. So there are only 4 hitters ahead of him in Atlantic League history. As here's Brian Cavazos Galvez popping up the first pitch from Brownell. The third baseman, Cody Puckett, gives it a 2-handed squeeze, and very quickly there are 2 away. So again, name the 4 players. There are only 4 who have more hits in Atlantic League history than Bryant Nelson's 890. I'll give you one hint who it's not. Brad Strauss, a former Duck, a longtime Camden River Shark, is the guy he just passed. Brad Strauss, who played in the Ducks' very first season back in 2000, had 889 hits in the Atlantic League, almost all of those as a River Shark. Here's Brandon Jones standing in. 2 outs, nobody on for the Stormers as Brownell looks for his first 1-2-3 inning. And Brandon Jones singled up the middle his last time through. The 1-0 is an outside strike. It's 1-1. So again, bottom of the inning, we'll tell you the answer, but see how many of those names you can come up with. And again, if you're a longtime follower of the Atlantic League, you should be able to come up with all 4 of these guys, as, again, they've all been around long enough to amass more than 890 hits, like Bryant Nelson has at age 41. Another strike here on Brandon Jones, and boy, John Brownell wasting no time at all, trying to retire the side. He's in front, 1-2. Here's the pitch. curveball, bounced to second for Regi Corona to his right, flips to first, and for the first time tonight, 1-2-3, go the Barnstormers. We go to the bottom of the fourth on Long Island. Ducks and Stormers still 0-0.
Hey fans, this is Jose Morales, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Well, we head to bottom of inning number 4 in a scoreless game tonight at Bethpage Ballpark between the Ducks and the Barnstormers. Time now to answer our 4th inning trivia featuring Bryant Nelson, the longtime Long Island Duck, now back for his 2nd season as a Lancaster Barnstormer. Played for them in 2010, and over his 10 years in the Atlantic League has amassed 890 hits in Atlantic League action. That is 5th all-time. We asked you to name the top 4 hitters all-time in the Atlantic League, and here we go. Number 1, Jeff Nettles, the great Somerset Patriot, 1,052 hits in the Atlantic League. Number 2, the great Long Island Duck, Ray Navarrete, 1,031 Atlantic League hits. Rolo Avila, you really have to go back to find Rolo in the early days of the Atlantic League, 933 hits. And Louis Lopez, the longtime Bridgeport Bluefish, 928 Atlantic League hits. So again, those are the only 4 players in Atlantic League history with more hits than Bryant Nelson, Jeff Nettles, Ray Navarrete, Rolo Avila, and Louis Lopez. Here is Lou Ford, who might get there if he keeps doing what he has done the last couple of seasons for Long Island. Lou singled through the left side back in the opening inning for his league-leading 84th hit of the year, and he stands in here to lead off the home 4th in a scoreless game against righty Brian Woodall. Slider misses outside, and it's ball 1 now to Lou Ford. So I'm going to give you the rundown on Bryant Nelson. It really is incredible the way he has bounced around in the Atlantic League, and it's seemingly trying to play for every team. 1-0 here is low, 2-0. Played for the Bridgeport Bluefish in 2006, the Long Island Ducks in 2007-2008, Camden River Sharks in 2009, Lancaster Barnstormers in 2010. 2-0 here is hit slowly toward third. It is going to cross foul, and it'll be strike 1 on Lou Ford. And Nelson came back to the Ducks to win championships with Long Island in 2012, 2013. Also won a championship with the York Revolution in 2011. Last year he split time between Camden and York. And again, this year now back with the Barnstormers for his 10th year of Atlantic League action for the one and only Bryant Nelson at age 41. 2 balls and a strike to Lou Ford here as Brian Woodall tries to get out the league's best hitter here in the bottom of the 4th of a scoreless game. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. It'll be 2-2 now on Lou. He got a good cut at that belt high offering. And again, we talk a lot about Lou as the Atlantic League Player of the Year a season ago. If you had to give out mid-season awards, guess what? He's the best player in the league this year as well. 2-2 slider hit to third, but again, this will be foul. So he has topped it a couple of times and been just out in front. And Lou will head back towards home plate. Randy Ruiz doing a nice job to retrieve Lou's bat and hand it to him as he makes his way back to home. Again, when Randy Ruiz was signed, Lou Ford, who was the hitting coach, got promoted to the bench coach for Long Island, and Randy Ruiz is now the new hitting coach for the Ducks, again, who lead the league in team batting average at .282, and again features 7 players batting .300 or better. 2-2 to Lou. Well hit to left center field. The left fielder Lucci going over. Tried to make a diving catch and he couldn't come up with it. It's off his glove. Ford digging for second. Here's the throw by Owens. The slide and he's in there. A double for Lou Ford. He'll add to his league-leading total there as well. It's his 22nd double of the year and hit number 85 on the year to add to his Atlantic League total there as well. I mean, he just absolutely crushed that ball in a left center, and give Jake Lucci, the left fielder, a lot of credit for an attempted diving catch, but it went off his leather. And a good job by Jerry Owens, the center fielder, to get it in quickly and have a play on Lou at second, but he slid in safely. So first extra base hit of the series for either team, and Lou at second, nobody out for Randy Ruiz, who struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch from Woodall is well hit to left center field. Will that get down? Coming on is Lucci. It bounces in front of him. Ford going for third, the slide, and he's in there. So it dropped in, and the Ducks set up beautifully now. First and third, nobody out. Lou had to wait and see if that ball was going to hang up or get down, and when it got down, he got it motoring over to third base. So first and third, nobody out for John Griffin. Last night, again, the Ducks had 5 hits, the Barnstormers 3. All 8 hits were singles. Tonight, each team had 3 hits. All were singles until that double by Lou Ford to left center. Now a single by Randy Ruiz. Ruiz at first, Ford at third. Nobody out for John Griffin, who struck out swinging his first time up. Again, Griffin 0 for 5 in the series now with 5 strikeouts. First pitch, he pops it up down the right field line. The first baseman, Cavazos Galvez, over near the seats, but it's going to be about 3 rows deep. So a break for John Griffin as he stays alive. John Griffin down in Texas played 5 of the 6 games. The Ducks faced the Sugarland Skeeters in that 6-game set, went only 1 for 20, but that one hit was a home run Thursday night. So in his last 7 games, he is now 1 for 25 with a 1 hit, a home run, 9th of the year to tie him for the league lead. Big spot here for Griffin in a scoreless game, bottom of the 4th. Ducks first and third, nobody out. 0-1, slider down and away. Good block by Juan Apodaca as he slid to his right to get in front of it and prevent either base runner from advancing. So first time tonight, the Ducks have got a man to second. That was Lou Ford, first extra base hit of the series for either team. And now first time tonight, Ducks get a man to third in Lou Ford. And Griffin will get a 1-1 here from Woodall. Low and outside, it's 2-1. So Brian Woodall being very careful here with Big John Griffin, who's in a slump, but as everybody knows, with one swing of the bat, could make it a 3-0 game. Long stare in by Woodall to his catcher Apodaca. Comes set away from the letters. The 2-1 is bounced up the middle. The shortstop Felice has it go off his glove. Throws to first, not in time. Everybody's safe and Lou Ford scores. It is 1-0 Long Island. So bouncing ball up the middle. It is scored an error on the shortstop Anderson Felice as it went off his glove behind second base. He fired to first, not in time to get John Griffin, and the Ducks have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. So first error of the game for either side. Ford scored from third. Randy Ruiz was safe at second. John Griffin at first. First and second, still nobody out for Cody Puckett. Cody last time a single to center field as he stares at Woodall, who has his longest inning already thus far, and he hasn't gotten anybody out. Here's a slider tap foul near the on-deck circle where Jose Morales will pick it up for Long Island. Unofficially, Brian Woodall just crossed the 50-pitch mark in this ball game. But this by far his longest inning. He'd given up just 1 base hit in each of the first 3 frames. But here He's given up 2 hits and an error and hasn't gotten out yet. Here a foul ball back to the screen, and it's quickly 0-2 on Cody Puckett. Again, it was ruled an E6 on John Griffin's ground ball up the middle, booted by Anderson Felice, but they are going to give Griffin the RBI, saying that Lou Ford would have scored either way from third base. So for John Griffin, 43rd run batted in of the year, second in the league, 7 back now of Lou Ford, the league leader. It'll be an 0-2 to Cody Puckett as Woodall checks second. Ruiz leads there. And Cody puts it in the air to left center field. The center fielder, Jerry Owens over, will make the running catch for out number 1. And both runners head back to their respective bases. So Ducks have just been hitting ball after ball to left center field here. 3 of the 4 hitters have put it into left center this inning. So finally an out recorded by Woodall, the first of the inning. Randy Ruiz still at second, John Griffin at first. And the batter will be Jose Morales. He grounded into an inning-ending 3-6-3 double play back in the second. Ducks break through here in the home 4th, and they have a 1-0 lead. Jose taking his time getting to the plate here. A switch hitter batting left against the right-hander Brian Woodall. And time called at home plate. Again, Woodall last worked Thursday at home against Somerset in an 8-5 loss. He went a season-high 7 innings in that game, allowed 5 hits and 2 runs, walked 1, and fanned 7. He has really labored this inning, though, and here's Jose Morales trying to add to it. First pitch is a breaking ball low and outside, and we have seen a ton of breaking stuff from Brian Woodall, mostly that hard slider, but the occasional slow curve, trying to backdoor the 3 switch hitters in the lineup tonight for Long Island: Delta Cleary Jr., Jose Morales, and Regi Corona. The 1-0 coming now to Morales. Woodall checks Ruiz at second, another check, and then the pitch in the dirt, blocked by Apodaca to his left, and it's ball 2. So again, last night's game was a 1-0 final. Ducks won it here. York last night had a 1-0 win over Sugar Land. And here we are again tonight, another great pitchers duel between a pair of righties, Brian Woodall for Lancaster and John Brownell for Long Island. Ducks pitching has been spectacular this season as well, a 3.09 earned run average for the staff, second only to Somerset, who is lights out pitching this year. 2-0, got the outside corner, and it's 2-1 now to Jose Morales. Kevin Baez looks it over from the third base coach's box, the manager of the Long Island Ducks, staring right at Randy Ruiz, his 1-out runner at second. He's also got Big John Griffin as a runner at first base. And Woodall has really slowed down his pace here in a big moment in this game. Jose Morales windmills the bat around a couple of times, holds it high over his left shoulder. 2-1, almost hit him in tight. He raised his arms to get out of the way. And now he should get something to hit here at 3-1. Either you give him something to hit, or a walk would load the bases for Regi Corona on deck. Again, Morales had a 7-game hitting streak before he headed down to Texas, where, again, the Ducks dropped 5 of 6, and he had only 1 hit in 12 at-bats in the 4 games he played there. But we mentioned here at home, he's had hits in 6 straight games. He'll get a 3-1. And that tap foul down at the plate, and the count now full. So what does Kevin Baez do with his runners here? Randy Ruiz is a big man, not the fleetest of foot. And I don't think he's going to send his runners on a 1-out payoff here, especially with a guy batting lefty at home plate. If Jose Morales strikes out, then the catcher, Juan Apodaca, has a clear lane to throw down to third to try to get Randy Ruiz, the runner, at second. So let's see how Kevin plays it, but I don't think he's going to put the runners in motion here on a 3-2 pitch with 1 out. Woodall stares into Apodaca and comes set at the letters. Will they go? They do not. And it's in the air to center field. Jerry Owens running in, will make the grab for the second out. So 2 away, and Regi Corona's turn. But first, the manager of the Lancaster Barnstormers, Butch Hobson, is going to come out and talk to his right-hander. So again, this will be the first timeout of the game. for the Lancaster Barnstormers here in the bottom of the fourth. Mound visit by the manager. Is he out to talk or is he out to take the baseball? And Woodall just went over 50 pitches. And Butch face-to-face, nose-to-nose, as he always likes to do, with Brian Woodall here. And seen enough to let him stay in the game here in a big moment. Again, give Woodall credit. The Ducks had the run in. First and second, nobody out. But he's gotten both Cody Puckett and Jose Morales to fly out to center fielder Jerry Owens. And now a chance to limit the damage to the lone run that's on the board. But runs have been hard to come by for Lancaster this season, especially on the road. The Barnstormers are hitting just 196 on the road this season. Meanwhile, at Clipper Magazine Stadium, they're hitting 285. They're almost 100 points better at home than they are on the road. They've also only won 9 road games all year in 33 tries. So Woodall with a chance to wiggle out of the jam here and keep it a 1-0 game if he can get Regi Corona, the 8-hitter and second baseman, a switch hitter batting left. Regi grounded out to first his first time up. First pitch is low for ball 1. Corona 1 for 3 last night with a single. And Regi watched his 8-game hitting streak come to an end Sunday down in Sugar Land, Texas. Very slowly measures his stroke, does Regi. Holds the bat above his left shoulder. The 1-0 is a strike as he backdoored him with some breaking stuff. And it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-0 Ducks, bottom of the fourth. They're out hitting Lancaster 5-3. And the Stormers, once again, a costly error. As was a throwing error, or rather I should say a fielding error by Anderson Felice. The only error they made last night allowed the game's only run to score. That was a throwing error by Mike McDade. Down and away here, misses Woodall, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So again, last night an unearned run scored by Long Island in the very first inning, stood up the rest of the way. And the Ducks got their 6th shutout win of the season. Mickey Janis was 2 outs away from the first complete game this year by a Ducks pitcher, but just couldn't get it done. Ryan Kushmal came in instead to get the last 2 outs and pick up his league-leading 19th save. The 2-1 breaking ball high in the air to right field. Brandon Jones gliding underneath it into right center will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So the Ducks have to settle for a run on 2 hits. There was an error, and 2 men left. 4 innings complete now at the Duck Pond. Long Island on top of Lancaster, 1-0.
Hey fans, this is Sergio Perez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived.
Well, fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. All proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. So Long Island now with a 1-0 lead as we go to the top of the 5th inning. And John Brownell, who had his first 1-2-3 frame last inning, will deal with the 6, 7, and 8 men in Butch Hobson's order. Luke Hughes, the first to see him, the third baseman and right-handed swinger, and Brownell misses down and away. Ball 1 to Hughes, who was a strikeout victim swinging back in the second. One of only 2 Ks, so check that 3 tonight for Brownell. The 1-0 is down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, Brownell came in with 61 strikeouts on the year. He is 6 back of his teammate Mickey Janis, who last night had 11 for Long Island, and passed everybody to take the league lead. Brownell misses here, and the count now 3-0. So very unusual to see John Brownell fall behind 3-0. And Luke Hughes trying to work out a leadoff walk. The Barnstormers have had the leadoff man on 3 times in 4 innings tonight. 3-0, taking all the way. There's a strike on the outer edge, and it's 3-1. Outfield straightaway, medium depth for Hughes. Pitch, popped up, first base side. John Griffin, the big first baseman, in foul territory over near the coach's box, will make the catch for the first down.
Please report to the Long Island Ducks Customer Service Center, upper concourse behind home plate, Jan Nelhaus. To the Long Island Ducks Customer Service Center.
So 1 away.
Right behind home plate.
And it'll bring up Jake Lucci, the 7-man and left fielder from the left side. Lucci hit into a 1-6-3 double play, his only time up back in the 2nd inning. Brownell again has scattered 3 base hits across the first 3 innings tonight, all of them singles. Here tried to backdoor the lefty swinger and missed, and it's ball 1 to Lucci. So again, Lucci in 5 games as a Barnstormer since coming over from Bridgeport, now 0 for 13, looking for his first hit with Lancaster. Here he'll take a ball, and it's 2-0. So Brownell fell behind Hughes, 3-0. Got him to pop out in foul territory, now again behind at 2-0. Swing here and a deep ball hit to left field, playable though for Delta Cleary Jr. Lines it up, makes the one-handed catch for the 2nd out. So 6 in a row now retired by John Brownell, and there are 2 gone. I'll bring up the 8-man, Juan Apodaca.
Catcher number 27, Juan Apodaca, number 27.
Unofficially, John Brownell at 56 pitches here as he works in inning number 5 of a 1-0 game that favors Long Island. Apodaca drew the first walk and only walk issued by Brownell back in the 3rd. So he's taking his time getting in here. Doesn't want Brownell to quickly retire the side and give his guys no rest at all in the 3rd base dugout. He goes after the first pitch, though, hits it into center field. Lou Ford came in, now goes back, and will make the catch. And 1-2-3 go the Stormers. We're halfway home, middle of the 5th inning tonight at the Duck Pond. Long Island has a 1-0 lead.
Hey, fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls Party Deck, the Trout Town Fan Can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Ducks with a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Time now to check in on the out-of-town scoreboard in the Atlantic League. The big game as far as the Ducks are concerned is down at Campbell's Field in Camden, New Jersey. Somerset Patriots and Camden River Sharks are scoreless in the bottom of the 1st inning. Meanwhile, in York, Pennsylvania, the Sugarland Skeeters have an 8-1 lead over the Revolution as they play in the top of the 4th there. And in Bridgeport, Connecticut, Southern Maryland doubling up the Bluefish 4-2 as they play in the bottom of the 3rd. Again, the Blue Crabs have a magic number of 2 So if they win tonight and Sugarland loses, they would clinch the Freedom Division title. They're doing their part, again, leading 4-2 in the bottom of the third. But it doesn't look like they're going to get any help from the York Revolution tonight, as the Skeeters are going to have that 8-1 lead as they play in the top of the fourth. Major League action, Mets and Cubs at Citi Field. No score as they play in the middle of the third inning. And the Yankees tonight a later start as they're out in Anaheim to check on the Angels. Ducks here lead at 1-0 as we go to the home fifth. And right-hander Brian Woodall will start with Dan Lyons, the 9-man and shortstop from the right side. Dan, a single to left his first time up. First pitch to him this time around. Hit him, just nicked him in tight. Tried to spin out of the way of it, and he will take his base as a hit batsman.
And there's another municipal credit union. Walk with a purpose. Remember, every time a Long Island Ducks batter walks you at home.
So Ducks get the leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning. And again, we'll keep our eye on Lyons. He never tried to steal back in the third when he had a one-out single. But you wonder if he'll take off here. Brian Sabatella at the plate. All these Ducks are red hot, so many of them offensively, but Sabatella's got to be the hottest, again, with hits in 21 of his last 22 games, but has yet to extend an 8-game hitting streak tonight. Both times on the score sheet, he is an 8. He has flied to center field. Throw over to first, and getting back there is Dan Lyons. Sabatella waiting the first pitch from Woodall. Lyons to the cutout. Shows bunt, and actually bunted through it, so a bit unusual to see big Brian Sabatella hitting better than 300 on the year. Trying to bunt here to move Dan Lyons over, but maybe Kevin Baez, who goes through the signs down at third here, thinks tonight could be like last night, where one run might be enough to win it. Ducks tried desperately in the late innings last night to get home an insurance run, but they could not do it against 3 different relievers for the Barnstormers. See if Sabatella shows bunt here at 0-1. I think that'll be the end of that plan. Has now throwing over his Woodall to first. Lyons back there. Again, Lyons, 9 steals on the year. He's been caught just 1 time. We're in the bottom of the fifth. The Ducks are trying to add to a 1-0 lead. Brian Woodall, a long stare into his catcher, Juan Apodaca, and now comes set. 0-1 is a slider that nails the inside corner for strike 2, and Sabatella was not offering bunt that time, and certainly won't be here with 2 strikes. Delta Cleary Jr. waits on deck. And Sabatella, we mentioned, number 1 in the league in runs, number 1 in stolen bases, and second in hits, trailing Lou Ford. Ducks have the top 2 hit men in the league in total hits. 0-2 is a ground ball to short, could be 2. Felice scoops to second, Brian Nelson on to first in time, and that's a 6-4-3 double play hit into by Brian Sabatella. So just like that, 2 away, nobody on. And here's Delta Cleary Jr.
Delta Cleary Jr., number 5.
Delta tonight has twice hit the ball to Bryant Nelson at second base, once on the ground and once in the air. So Cleary yet to extend a 4-game hitting streak. Again, last night 2 for 3, the only Duck with a multi-hit game, and scored the game's only run in the bottom of the first inning of a 1-0 win. First pitch to him here is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. Ducks lead at 1-0 in the last of the fifth. Delta Cleary Jr., the 2-out hitter with nobody aboard. And a backdoor curve here from Brian Woodall misses. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And what a game Delta had last night. Again, 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 stolen bases. Beautiful sacrifice bunt laid down. And a great play in the bottom of the first to scamper home from third base on a ball hit to third, as here he grounds it foul down the right field line. And again, the Barnstormers were playing the infield in, trying to cut him down at home plate. And despite the fact the ball was hit right to the third baseman, Luke Hughes, Hughes looked Delta back, but the minute Hughes threw across the first, Delta took off for home. And the return throw from the first baseman, Mike McDade, was not in time as he slid into home plate with what proved to be the only run of the night in that 1-0 victory. So just a heads-up play, took a chance. Said after the game, Kevin would have killed me if I was out at the plate, but Kevin said no such thing tonight. When I asked him about it, he said he wants his guys to not be afraid and be aggressive. 1-2 here is lined down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. That's a fair ball. It'll go into the corner. Delta Cleary Jr. going for second, and now he's going to make the turn for third. Here he goes. The slide, he's in there. A triple for Delta Cleary Jr., and the Ducks have another run 90 feet away. Well, for Delta, his third triple of the season. And now let's see if the Ducks can get him home. The league leader in RBIs, Lou Ford at the plate. He's 2 for 2 tonight with a single, a double, and he scored the only run of the game. Well, again, it's that old adage, never make the first out or the last out at third base. There were 2 outs. You got Lou Ford hitting behind you, but Delta Cleary Jr. knew in his mind he was going to go for a 3-bagger, and that's what he got. So here is Lou trying to drive him home with 2 away. First pitch to Ford is down and away. Good job by Apodaca. The catcher sliding to his right to block it, or else Delta Cleary Jr. charges home from third base. 1-0 Ducks in the bottom of the 5th. Can they get home another here with Lou Ford trying to do the damage at the dish? Here's the crowd chanting Lou at him as they always do. And now he'll get a 1-0 from Woodall. And that late strike call from home plate umpire Manolo Alejandro, it's 1-1. Big Randy Ruiz waits on deck. So Ford halfway to the cycle, he's got single-double. And he's got him in order. So let's see if Lou can get a 3-bagger like Delta. The 1-1. Almost hit him. He had to jump out of the way of it. It was aimed right at his knees. It's ball 2. Lou Ford again coming in number 1 in batting average in the Atlantic League, number 1 in RBIs, leads the league in total hits, in doubles, in total bases, in extra base hits, and in slugging percentage. Here he takes ball 3, and the count now 3-1, and that's why, again, Lou Ford, the Atlantic League Player of the Year a season ago, would be the Atlantic League Player of the Year this year if the season ended at the midpoint, which arrives Sunday. 3-1. Thought about it, laid off it, and it missed. Ball 4. And that's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. First walk tonight for right-hander Brian Woodall. And again, not a bad guy to walk in that situation. Lou Ford, who's now been aboard all 3 times on a walk, a single, and a double. But it doesn't get much easier with Randy Ruiz, who is 1 for 2, singling the left center his last time up. So runners at the corners and 2 away for Long Island, trying to add to a 1-0 lead here in the last of the 5th. Randy Ruiz windmills that big red bat and now brings it above his right shoulder. First pitch, he went for the home run there and came up empty. Well, they do say he got a piece of it, but it's strike 1 to Randy Ruiz. Delta Cleary Jr. leads off third. Lou Ford the same from first. Brian Woodall at the set away from his letters is 0-1. Slider and a nasty one, had some bite to it. And Randy Ruiz tried to get it, but well off the end of his bat. It had so much movement on it, and a good start for Woodall here. He's in front, 0-2. And Randy struck out swinging in the first and then singled to left center in the 4th. That extended his hit streak to 4 games, and he now has hits in 8 of his last 9 contests. Woodall shaking off his catcher Apodaca here. Lou Ford a short lead at first. 0-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. So a 3-pitch strikeout by Brian Woodall of Randy Ruiz, and that will retire the side. For Long Island, no runs, a hit, a walk, a hit batsman, and they leave a pair. We're through 5 in Central Islip. It's the Ducks 1, the Barnstormers 0.
Hey fans, this is left-handed pitcher Carmine Giardina, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/reliability.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, fans, you can follow along all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. Now, if the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Right now, the Ducks 33 home runs on the season. That is 6th most in the Atlantic League. But as we mentioned earlier, only 1 home run this year in 10 games against these Lancaster Barnstormers, and that was hit by Regi Corona for his lone long ball this year. Well, another pitcher's duel tonight, just like we had last night. 1-0 Long Island leads as we go to the 6th, and the 9-man Anderson Felice for the Stormers to face right-hander John Brownell. Brownie's first pitch is crushed but foul down the right field line. That may have gone right onto the big duck slide they have down there. Somebody sliding down the slide could pick themselves up a souvenir. It was hit that hard by Anderson Felice, who struck out swinging back in the 3rd and is only at bat tonight. 0-1 is a bouncing ball to first. John Griffin will underhand to the pitcher John Brownell covering. The putout goes 3-1 for out number 1, and Brownell has now retired 8 in a row.
Back to the top of the order for the Barnstormers with center fielder number 10, Jerry Owens, number 10.
So here's Jerry Owens. He has had by far the best game of any Barnstormer tonight. Lancaster has only 3 hits in the game. He's got 2 of them. He singled to center to open the contest, got as far as 3rd base and couldn't score. Then singled down the right field line his last time up, tried to turn a single into a double, and Brian Sabatella gunned him down with a perfect throw to Dan Lyons at second base. Thought about bunting there, drew it back, and took a backdoor breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 now the count to Jerry Owens. And Owens came in 0 for 8 in his last 3 games, so 2 for 2 tonight. He's broken out of that as he watches one go low here, 1 ball and 1 strike. Prior to that slump, he did have a 6-game hitting streak, but last night 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, drew a walk, and as I mentioned earlier, was one of 3 Barnstormers to steal their first base of the season. Steps out and back in, and Brownell will deal to him 1-1. Took it all the way, and it was strike 2. This is Brownell's 2nd time facing the Barnstormers. He faced them in Lancaster, Pennsylvania back on May 17th, and John took a no decision in what was an 8-6 Long Island win. 1-2 pitch. Just missed away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In that game, Brownell tossed 6 2/3 innings of 5-hit, 4-run ball. 3 of those runs earned. He did actually issue a season-high 3 walks, and he struck out 7. 2-2 is just away, and the count now full to the leadoff man tonight for Butch Hobson, Jerry Owens. Was trying to get aboard here is Owens in a 1-0 game, his team down. 1-out payoff. Bounce to short, 2 hops for Dan Lyons, overhands to John Griffin, and 6-3 goes the putout. Make it 9 in a row, sat down by John Brownell.
Second baseman number 24, Bryant Nelson, number 24.
So here is the ageless Bryant Nelson. 0 for 1 tonight. He's grounded out to second and laid down a nice sacrifice bunt back in the opening inning to move Jerry Owens from first to second. Happened to be Facebook friends with Bryant Nelson, and He had a great post today as here he grounds it to second again, though. Reggie Corona will toss him out. And for the third straight inning, 1-2-3 go the Stormers. We go to the bottom of the sixth, Long Island with a 1-0 lead.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Eric Kamatsu, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball, Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, Duck fans, tonight the Ducks are playing Game 2 of a 7-game homestand. Continues tomorrow night at 6:35. Ducks static cling decals go out to the first 2,500 fans. And then we got 3 straight nights of fireworks for you. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to celebrate the 4th of July, which arrives on Saturday. It's a pyrotechnical fireworks extravaganza. Again, Thursday night, the finale of this 4-game set against the Barnstormers. And then the Somerset Patriots come in for what could be a huge 3-game series to close out the first half, but you got fireworks Thursday night, fireworks Friday night, fireworks Saturday night, and then the first half comes to an end on Sunday when yellow and navy baseballs go out to the first 1,500 fans. To get your tickets, do it at the Bethpage Ballpark box office, online at liducks.com, or over the phone 631-940-TIXX. Ducks take a 1-0 lead. Does that sound familiar? Same thing they did last night, scoring a run in the first inning last night, scoring a run in the 4th inning tonight. And again, both runs came across on a ball that didn't leave the infield. Here's John Griffin to start off the home 6th against the right-hander, Brian Woodall. Griffin tonight is 0 for 2, but he has driven in the lone run of tonight's contest. First pitch is on the ground to short for Anderson Felice. He will sidearm across the diamond, 1 pitch, 1 out for Brian Woodall. Again, back in the 4th inning with Lou Ford at third base. John Griffin hit a ball up the middle. That was booted by the shortstop Anderson Felice, allowed Lou Ford to score. It was ruled an error on Felice. So Griffin got the run batted in as Ford scored, and that's the only run on the board tonight. And it'll be Cody Puckett's turn. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a single to center, and he's also flied out to center field. Woodall, the right-hander, from dead in the middle of the rubber, shakes the glove a bit before tossing the first pitch here to Puckett. And Cody takes down and away, ball 1. So again, if you're looking for your fireworks, this is the place. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Pyrotechnico Extravaganza. I'm sure it'll be some of the biggest crowds of the season to watch the Red Hot Ducks, again, hopefully, take a first-half division title away from the Somerset Patriots. The 1-0 is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. And we talked about it last night, but with a magic number for the Patriots at 3, the Ducks just have to do their part. They have to win every game here against Lancaster, and they have to get some help. They only need Camden to win 1 of the 4 games that they are hosting against the Somerset Patriots in order for that series to mean a chance at a first-half title for Long Island. 2-1 now, the count to Cody Puckett. Again, the Ducks opened a 4-game series here last night against Lancaster. Somerset opened a 4-game series in Camden against the River Sharks. So if the Ducks win every game between now and Friday when the Patriots arrive, the magic number wouldn't come down at all. And as long as Camden does their part and wins 1 of the 4 games, then the Patriots, who had a magic number of 4, can't clinch. The best they could do would be to get that magic number down to 1. 2-2 here is poke foul back to the netting, and the count holds on Cody Puckett. So that's what the Ducks have to do. Kevin Byers told me last night, can't help but see the out-of-town scores when they're posted on the scoreboard in left center, but he knows his team has to take care of business here. And when you've won 14 straight home games, as the Ducks have, and you're facing a Lancaster team that is just awful on the road and is out of contention, there is certainly a good chance they can run the table and get to Friday's game against Somerset without losing a home game. And again, it all comes down to the Camden River Sharks then just giving the Ducks a little bit of help. Can they beat Somerset 1 out of 4 games? Just one. That's all they need to make it come down to that 3-game weekend series here, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, between the Ducks and the Pats. Payoff pitch now for Cody Puckett, and he swings through it. It's another strikeout for Brian Woodall, his 4th of the night, and there are 2 away. And I'm not sure, but I think I've done a pretty good job tonight calling Brian Woodall by his proper name. I did check in with Dave Collins, the great Barnstormers broadcaster, to check if Brian Woodall was any relation to Brad Woodall. Brad Woodall is a former major leaguer who pitched for the Ducks back in their 2nd year of franchise history back in 2001. But Dave Collins, who's probably the best historian in the entire Atlantic League, said as far as he knows, there's no relation between Brad Woodall, the former Duck and big leaguer, and Brian Woodall, the Barnstormers pitcher tonight. And again, Brian Woodall has no major league experience. Brad Woodall got to the show and again had a terrific year for the Ducks back in year 2 of franchise history, 2001. So I think I've avoided calling him Brad tonight. I don't know, I may have slipped, but when you got B.R. Woodall, it can be Brian, it can be Brad, and I may have slipped with a Brad a few times tonight. It's ball 1 here to Jose Morales, and now he rips a hit into right center field. Center fielder Jerry Owens trying to get to it quickly, he will, but Jose Morales extends his home hitting streak to 7 games with a 2-out single to right center.
Second baseman, number 11, Richie Corona, number 11.
So again, the Ducks have left 2 men on last inning, 2 men on in the 4th, a man on in the 3rd, a man on in the 1st, 6 men left on base, in what is still a 1-0 game that favors Long Island in the home 6th. Jose Morales, for a catcher, runs extremely well. He's at first with 2 away, 5 steals. They haven't caught him all year. He swiped 1 last night. First pitch to Regi is taken the other way, down the left field line and into the corner. It's a fair ball. Jose Morales turns second. He will get the stop sign at 3rd. Into 2nd with a double is Regi Corona. So the Ducks looking for some 2-out magic here. A Morales single, a Corona double, 2nd and 3rd, 2 away for Dan Lyons. He just snuck that between the bag at 3rd and the 3rd baseman Luke Hughes. It hugged the chalk down the line, and by the time the left fielder Jake Lucci could get to it, into 2nd standing was Regi Corona, and easily into 3rd was Jose Morales. So now can Dan Lyons deliver as he has all season long? And one of the most amazing numbers, Lyons, who's not a power hitter, 2nd in the league in slugging percentage at .464. First pitch to him. Swung through it, may have got a piece. It's strike 1 to Dan, who's been aboard both times tonight. He singled to left in the 3rd, and then was hit by the very first pitch from Brian Woodall back in the 5th. Big spot for Lyons, as he'll take an 0-1 here from Woodall. On the way. Missed that one as well, waving through it, and he looks upset with himself. That was well off the plate, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Of course, Dan Lyons was the MVP of the 2012 Championship Series. Ducks beat the Barnstormers for the title, and he dropped down that incredible bunt in the bottom of the 9th inning of the tie game, the 5th and deciding game of the series that brought home Matt Esquivel and gave Long Island their 2nd title and the first one ever won here at home, the only one of the 3 won at home. You'll see an 0-2 here from Woodall. And that one he laid off. Almost the same spot as the first 2 he swung at. Managed to have more discipline here, and it's ball 1. 1-2 now to Dan Lyons. Lyons 33 RBIs on the year. Tied for 4th in the Atlantic League. 4th best average at .309 coming in. And he's up to .313 with his 1-for-1 night thus far. He'll see a 1-2 here from Woodall. Righty-righty matchup. inside, blocked by the catcher Apodaca off his chest protector. And a good break for him. It kicked up the third base line. So no way Jose Morales at third could advance. Had it been down the first base line, then maybe Morales thinks about trying to come home. Bottom of the sixth, Ducks with a 1-0 lead. They have 2 runners in scoring position and 2 away. And a 2-2 count. So I guess you'd say deuces wild for Dan Lyons, who wears number 12, 1-2 on his back. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that low, he's got it to full. So from 0-2, he works the count to 3-2. And now the catcher, Apodaca. Quick conversation with the pitcher, Brian Woodall. And the home plate umpire, Manolo Alejandro, standing right there to make sure that is not going to be a charged timeout to the Barnstormers, who used one in the bottom of the fourth when Butch Hobson came out to talk to his right-hander. So biggest pitch of the game right here, a 3-2 count to Dan Lyons, 2 out, men at second and third for Long Island, trying to get something more home in a 1-0 game. Lyons ready, Woodall set. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. They'll have to throw to first to get the put out. And the side retires. So again, the Ducks threaten and do not score. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. 6 in the books tonight in Central Islip. It remains the Long Island Ducks 1 and the Lancaster Barnstormers nothing.
Hey fans, this is Blake Davis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball, Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or huntingtonhondacars.com. Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception, Civic $31.90, includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Well, Duck fans, don't forget you can chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company Gourmet Iced Coffee available at the concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Now, Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes in the Hamptons. 6 innings complete tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. Long Island Ducks have a 1-0 lead over the Lancaster Barnstormers. Numbers on the game for Long Island: 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. For Lancaster, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Last night for the Ducks, their righty starter Mickey Janis tossed 8 1/3 of 3-hit shutout balls. So far tonight, their righty starter John Brownell, 6 innings of 3-hit shutout ball. So, boy, you want to talk about the staff being locked in, and here Brownell, who's retired 10 in a row, deals strike 1 to the 3-hitter in DH from the left side, the switch-hitting Mike McDade. Now strike 2, so Brownie going right after him. And again, he is locked in here in the middle innings, retiring the side in order in the last 3 straight frames. 0-2 to McDade, and that way outside. Mike tonight has grounded to first and grounded to short. He's 0 for 2. Well, if you like pitchers' duels, hope you were here last night, hope you're here tonight. We've had 2 great ones. 1-2 is taken the other way to left field and trouble. It'll go all the way in the corner to the wall before Delta Cleary Jr. digs it out, and Mike McDade has the first extra base hit of the series for the Lancaster Barnstormers here, a leadoff double into the left field corner.
First baseman number 31, Brian Capizos Galvez. Number 31.
So that ends the run of 10 in a row, retired by John Brownell. And again, last night, Barnstormers 3 hits, all singles. Tonight, 3 hits, all singles. Prior to that double by McDade, and he's in scoring position in a 1-0 game, top of the 7th that favors Long Island. Here's Brian Cavazos Galvez, and did it hit him? I think I'm going to say it hit the bat. He tried to turn out of the way of it, and from his frustration, I'm sensing that it did not hit him. It hit the bat, and it did for strike one. Well, between innings, we're going to have a treat for you tonight. At the 7th inning stretch, it will be God Bless America. The Congregational Church from Farmingville is lining up behind home plate. And so we will carry that for you at the old 7th inning stretch here. But the Ducks with business to take care of here in a 1-0 game. Stormers a runner at second, nobody out. Pitch up and away here to Cavazos Galvez, and it's 1-1. Brian is 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out looking in the first and popped out to third in the fourth. McDade, a big man, leads away from second base. The 1-1 is low and in. So again, just watching him go to second on that double. He doesn't run extremely well, so it's no guarantee that a base hit would score him from second base. 2-1 the count on Cavazos Galvez. Brownell's pitch swung through for strike 2. It's 2-2. This is a large group of folks that are getting together right behind home plate on the walkway between the 100 and 200 levels to sing our God Bless America tonight. So I can't wait to hear it. They got a big contingent of folks getting ready to sing. Brownell at the belt, and John's 2-2. Poked foul off the end of the bat down the right field line, and the count holds. So tense moments here. This crowd of nearly 5,000 on hand tonight has grown silent. Anything in a 1-0 game means trouble, and especially the first extra base hit to open it by Mike McDade. He's at second. 2-2 here coming. Just missed inside. Boy, hit the target. Set up by Jose Morales. Didn't get the call, and the count now full. So a payoff pitch coming from right-hander John Brownell to the right-swinging cleanup hitter Brian Cavazos Galvez. Swings at it and grounds it foul toward his own dugout on the third base side. We'll do it all over again. Cavazos Galvez 0 for 4 last night, but is third in the league in runs batted in with 35. So he trails a couple of Ducks in Lou Ford and John Griffin, who lead the league. Payoff again on the hands here. Grounded foul, third base side. And a real good battle going on here. Cavazos Galvez spent 6 years in the Dodgers organization, going from rookie ball to AAA, but never getting to play in L.A. He is 0 for 15 in his last 6 games, so he is in a major slump for a guy hitting cleanup tonight for Butch Hobson. Another 3-2 pitch from Brownell in this righty-righty. Daddy pokes it down to right field line. Sabatella going over. He won't get there. It drops in. Turning third and scoring is Mike McDade. It's an RBI single for Brian Cavazos Galvez, and the Lancaster Barnstormers, with their first run of the series, have tied this game at 1. So McDade double down the left field line. Cavazos Galvez singles down the right field line. And here comes Marty Jansen, the pitching coach of the Long Island Ducks, to talk to John Brownell. John Brownell unofficially at 70 pitches, which is extremely low for a guy that is routinely up over 110, 120 pitches per game. And talking strategy here is, again, Brownell had retired 10 in a row coming into the inning before the McDade double, the Cavazos Galvez single. And now the Barnstormers have tied the game, still nobody out. And how are they going to deal here with Brandon Jones at the plate and Cavazos Galvez, who has been perfect on the base pass this year. 12 steals. He's not been caught all year. So that's what the discussion was about, I think, more than anything else. He's at the cutout, does not go, and Brandon Jones takes up high for ball 1. Jones tonight, single up the middle, and he's also grounded out to second, 1 for 2. So Lancaster ties it here in the top of the 7th, finally breaking through on Brownell. And now looking to take their first lead of the series. 1-0 pitch from Brownell to Jones, but first the throw over to bring Cavazos Galvez back to the bag. John Griffin will hold him aboard there. So Ducks with a single run in the 4th. Lancaster answers in the 7th. Brownell slowing his pace here with a runner at first and great speed. Does not go. And the pitch is hit foul, slicing out of play down the left field line into the Smokin' Owls party deck down there. In fact, lands right on the top of the tent that protects the Smokin' Owls party deck. And then rolls off to a lucky fan sitting right underneath it. Nice souvenir to take home tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon Jones. Jones came in last night as a pinch runner in the top of the 9th from Mike McDade. They got him as far as third base in a 1-0 game at Lancaster Trail, but they could not get him home as Ryan Kushmal slammed the door for his 19th save, leading the league there. 1-1 is an inside strike. It's 1-2. We're in the top of the 7th. Ducks and Stormers tied at 1. Long Island won last night's game, 1-0. And the Ducks have 5 wins in the season series to Lancaster's 3. And 1 suspended game as well in Lancaster that'll be made up in the second half, if not necessary, in the first. Down and away, Mrs. Brownell, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So really the first time tonight that Brownell has struggled at all. First time tonight he's given up more than 1 base hit in an inning. First time tonight he's given up an extra base hit. And that was another reason I think Marty Jansen came out, just to make sure John's feeling all right, but extremely low pitch count for a guy that year after year leads the league in innings pitched. 2-2 is in the air, shallow left field. The shortstop, Dan Lyons, way out, called off by the left fielder, Delta Cleary Jr., who made the grab. Oh my goodness. Lyons at the last second just ducked out of the way. Well, that could have been a nasty collision, but Delta Cleary Jr. and he now slap hands, and Delta Cleary, I'm sure at the last second said, no, Dan, I got it, because again, Cleary Jr.'s coming in. Lyons is backpedaling going out. So a big first out there as Brandon Jones flies out to left. Delta Cleary Jr. fired it to first base, trying to double off Cavazos Galvez, but he was able to get back. So 1 away, here's Luke Hughes, the right-swinging third baseman, 0 for 2 in the game. Swings at the first pitch, back to Brownell, to second for 1. Lions on the first. In time, they got him! Oh, what a job by Brownell! Induces a 1-6-3 double play, and that will retire the side. Barnstormers get a run on 2 hits, and nobody left. Middle of the 7th, 1-1 the score. Here's PA announcer Bob O'Tone.
We're very proud to present the Congregational Church from Farmingville, who will lead us now in the singing of God Bless America.
Now, great job by the Congregational Church of Farmingdale with God Bless America. 7th inning stretch. Ducks and Barnstormers tied at 1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Mark Rogers, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Well, again, Duck fans, don't forget this is only game 2 of a 7-game homestand. Long Island here tomorrow night for Ducks Static Cling Decal Night, going out to the first 2,500 fans. 6:35 start, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it is pyrotechnical fireworks extravaganzas to celebrate the 4th of July. Get your tickets at the Bethpage Ballpark box office, online at liducks.com, or over the phone 631-940-TIXX. We head to the bottom of the 7th in what is now a 1-1 game. Barnstormers scratch across a run in the top of the 7th inning, and they also replaced their pitcher Brian Woodall here after 6 innings of work. We'll give you his numbers in just a second as Brian Sabatella is set to lead off the home 7th now in a 1-1 game, and he takes strike 1 here from the new pitcher for the Lancaster Barnstormers. He is the right-hander for Lancaster, Pete Andrelchik. And now Andrelchik misses away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch to Sabatella is low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Final line tonight on Brian Woodall, the righty starter for Lancaster. 6 innings pitched. He allowed 8 hits, 1 run it was earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. 2-1 here is an inside strike, 2-2 now. He hit a batter, did Woodall, threw 96 pitches, 64 of those for strikes, departs in a 1-1 game, and will take a no decision. And that's a tough break for Woodall, who pitched very well. A 2-2 here is a swing and a miss, so Andrelchik fans his first batter, Brian Sabatella, who falls to 0 for 4. So Sabatella is certainly in danger of having that 8-game hitting streak come to an end, 1 away.
Long Island fielder number 5, Delta Cleary Jr., number 5.
So to bring up Delta Cleary Jr., he's 1 for 3 tonight. He tripled down the right field line his last time up. He's also popped to second and grounded to second. And Andrelchik misses low and away, and the count 1-0. So what a job by Woodall, who departs here. Came in winless in his last 5 starts, make it winless now in his last 6, and also winless on the road this year. But he had really struggled on the road. 0-2 with a 6.75 earned run average. Much better tonight, just giving up 1 earned run in those 6 innings of work. 1-1 now to Delta Cleary Jr., who hits a little number foul up the first base line. One the score, bottom of the 7th. And Andrelchik ahead of Cleary Jr., 1-2. The righty's pitch almost hit him at the shins. He had to jackknife out of the way of it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Andrelchik here gets a swinging strike. They'll throw to first to get the put out. And it's back-to-back strikeouts as Delta Cleary Jr. is down as well, 2 away.
center fielder number 20, Lou Ford.
So I'll bring up Lou Ford. Ducks have not been retired in order tonight in any inning in this game, and we'll see if Lou Ford can keep it going. He has had a heck of a night tonight. He's been aboard all 3 times, a walk, a single, and a double. First pitch here is a called strike, 0-1 on Ford. And Drelzik's 0-1 on the way. And that down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Drelzik has allowed only 1 earned run in his last 20 innings of work and has struck out at least 1 batter now in 14 straight appearances as Lou Ford fouls it away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Drelzik's 1-2. And a swing and a miss, he struck him out. So what a job by Andrelzik. Strikes out the side. 1-2-3 go the Ducks. We go to the 8th inning in a 1-1 game tonight. The Ducks and Stormers all even up.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Hey fans, this is Matt Soren, pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/reliability.
Well, we head to inning number 8 in a 1-1 game, and much like the Lancaster Barnstormers changed their pitcher, the Long Island Ducks will do the same as John Brownell's night has come to an end. He is replaced by the right-hander Amalio Diaz, and we'll get you Brownell's numbers in just a second. So both starters just terrific tonight, and a 1-1 game heads to the 8th inning. Amalio Diaz in to make his league-leading 31st appearance of the year. So Diaz to face the bottom third of the order, Jake Lucci, Juan Apodaca, and Anderson Felice. First up is Lucci, 0 for 2 in the game. He's flied to left and grounded into a double play. First pitch from Amalio is in there for a strike, 0-1. John Brownell tonight, 7 innings. He allowed 5 hits, 1 run it was earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Threw 87 pitches, 56 of those for strikes. Be an 0-1 coming here to Lucci. And that misses away, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Brownell will remain unbeaten in his last 9 starts now at 4-0 with 5 no decisions. Also still unbeaten at home as he's 4-0 at home, and we'll see that ERA of 1.42 come down a little more with 7 innings of 1-run ball tonight. 1-1 is bounced to the right side. The second baseman, Regi Corona, to his left, will flip to first to get out number 1. So both teams into their bullpens. Outstanding outings for both Brownell. 7 innings of, again, 5-hit 1-run ball, and Woodall 6 innings of 8-hit 1-run ball. And each team with just 1 extra base hit in the game. So it's been a singles fest. Last night all the hits were singles in a 1-0 Long Island win. And tonight of the 13 hits, we've got 11 singles and each team with a double. So 1 away, nobody on, and here's Juan Apodaca, the catcher in 8-man. He's drawn a walk and flied to center, the only walk issued by John Brownell in his 7 innings of work. Mario Diaz at the belt, and the first pitch is on the outside corner at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Diaz, tremendous for the Ducks this year, 0-1 record with a 1.20 earned run average. Again, his 31st appearance of the year. That leads the league. In 30 innings, he's allowed only 19 hits. He's walked 4 and struck out 40. So he is 10-1 strikeout to walk ratio. His 0-1 is low and away to Apodaca, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Kevin Baez so confident when you get to the 8th inning. Amalio Diaz, the setup man. Ryan Kushmal, the closer. Again, Diaz leading the league in games pitched. Kushmal leading the league in saves as he picked up his 19th here last night in that 1-0 victory. Tonight we're 1-1 into the top of the 8th. Ducks' 14-game home winning streak intact into this contest. The 1-1 is in the air to center field. Lou Ford going over. He won't get there. It drops in. He'll get to it quickly and hold Apodaca to a 1-out single. Again, Lancaster trying to shake the funk they're in coming in, having dropped 6 of their last 7 games. Especially on the road where they've won only 9 times all year in 33 tries. So here's the 9-hitter, and yes, there is 1 out. Anderson Feliz. I don't think he'll be trying to sacrifice a man over with 1 out. Keep our eye on Juan Apodaca, the 1-out runner at first base. Had his first stolen base of the year last night. This one bounced up the middle, could be 2. Lyons grabs it, steps on second, throws to first in time. An inning-ending 6-6-3 double play. That'll do it for the Barnstormers. No runs a hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 1-1 game in CI.
Hey fans, it's Regi Corona and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Home for News, Traffic and Weather, 1039 LI New Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers pave your way.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, hey, Duck fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. Now, with Twitter, the faithful flock will also be able to keep you informed on all things Ducks. You'll find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and much, much more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. Well, what a game this has been. It heads to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 1, and Pete Andrelsic the fire-throwing right-hander for Lancaster, who came into the game in the 7th and struck out the side in order, getting Brian Sabatella, Delta Cleary Jr., and Lou Ford swinging, all three of them, all three hitting 300 or better, all three of the top 7 hitters in the league. Why not roll Andrelzik out there for another inning? And that's exactly what Butch Hobson is going to do here.
Number 50, Randy Ruiz, number 50.
Andrelzik, the 29-year-old right-hander, stands 6'1", 196 pounds, born in Lancaster, PA, lives in Lancaster, PA, and got as high as AAA in his affiliated career. Deals to Randy Ruiz here, and strike one on the outside corner. Andrelzik on the year, 2-1 with a paltry 2.25 earned run average, 40 innings worked. He's allowed only 31 hits. He's walked 18 and struck out 34. Misses here to Randy Ruiz, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Andrelzik's pitch on the ground is short, backhanded by Anderson Felice in the hole, sets, fires, dug out at first nicely by Brian Cavazos Galvez, and they get Randy Ruiz for the first out. So 1 away. And we'll bring up John Griffin, who's got the only run batted in tonight for the Ducks. Grounded a ball up the middle. That was ruled an error by Anderson Felice back in the 4th. But it brought home Lou Ford from 3rd, and that's the only run Long Island has scored in the game. First pitch is a fastball away. 1-0 now to Griffin. 0 for 3 in this game, and 0 for 7 in the series thus far. Andrelzik working quickly from the stretch. The 1-0 is taken the other way, off the glove of the first baseman, Cavazos Galvez. Bryant Nelson fields, fires to his pitcher, covering, not in time, and Andrelzik may have hurt himself. He did a full split trying to catch that throw from Bryant Nelson, and he is down on his stomach. And the trainer for the Lancaster Barnstormers immediately getting out there. That is Ashley Wenger to see if he's all right. He does get up quickly and appears to be okay. Oh my goodness, the Barnstormers were reacting as if he suffered a major injury with the urgency they were waving the training staff to get out there with. But Andrelzik, the pitcher, who ran to first to cover, went in a full stretch, much like a first baseman would, after that ball again went off the glove of the first baseman, Cavazos Galvez, to the second baseman, Brian Nelson, who then threw to his pitcher, but not in time to get John Griffin. And it is a base hit for Griffin, ruled an infield single, and the Ducks with the go-ahead run aboard and 1 away. For Cody Puckett, 1 for 3 tonight. He singled to center back in the 2nd, has flied to center, and struck out swinging. So let's see if Andrelzik is okay. Deals down and away with ball 1. Boy, it was like a full goaltender split, like a hockey goaltender would do a full split. And the way his teammates reacted with such urgency to get some medical help out there, I thought he was really going to be out for the count. Instead, he's right back up on the hill and dealing, and this one's fouled over the screen by Cody Puckett. 1 ball and 1 strike. John Griffin for the Ducks does have 3 steals on the year and has not been caught. He's the 1-out runner at first in a 1-1 game in the last of the 8th. Andrelzik will deal to Cody Puckett, 1-1. And there's a strike on the outer edge of the knees. It's 1-2. Andrelzik with that wide open stance, legs apart, leaning over at the waist as he stares to home to get the signs from Juan Apodaca, then brings everything standing up together as he comes set. 1-2 swing and a miss. He struck him out. His 4th strikeout already, and there are 2 away. Yeah, Andrelzik appears to be okay. So it'll fall to Jose Morales for Long Island.
Long Island Ducks catcher number 26, Jose Morales. Number 26.
Jose tonight is single to right center his last time up. Prior to that, he grounded into a double play and also flew out to center field. 1-1 the score, bottom of the 8th. John Griffin now a 2-out runner at first for Long Island. The righty Pete Andrelzik deals and misses low and away with ball 1. Got to be such a thrill for a guy born in Lancaster, living in Lancaster, to be having such a great season for the hometown Barnstormers, and they love their baseball out in Pennsylvania Dutch country. Of course, Barnstormers defending Atlantic League champions. 1-0 pitch. Popped up in the air to left field. Towards the line goes Jake Lucci. He will make the grab, and the side retired. For Long Island, no runs, a hit, and a man left. This one goes to the ninth. The Ducks and Stormers tied at 1.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived.
Well, we head to the ninth inning of a 1-1 game, and as expected, another pitching change for Long Island. Their ninth inning guy and closer, Ryan Kushmal, into this contest, and that means Emilio Diaz worked just 1 inning, the 8th. No runs, a hit, no walks, and no strikeouts. So Kushmal in to replace Diaz, and we mentioned Ryan last night got the save after Mickey Janis tried to get through the ninth inning and get the first complete game of the year for the Long Island Ducks. But after getting the first out, it allowed a couple of runners aboard, first and third, one away, and Ryan Kushmal came in and put out the fire as he got Mike Hughes to pop out and Juan Apodaca to strike out to end it and give Long Island their 14th straight victory here at home. So Kushmal goes through his warm-ups, and we'll give you the numbers on Ryan for the season. For Long Island, he is 2-0 with a 2.67 earned run average in 28 relief appearances. 30 1/3 innings tossed, 24 hits allowed. He's walked 13, struck out 27. And again, a league best 19 saves, getting number 19 last night. But obviously tonight, there will be no save situation for Ryan Kushmal, as the only way the Ducks can win this game is in waddle-off fashion. And Michael Pollock, the broadcasting partner of myself and great media relations manager for the Long Island Ducks, pointing out that the Ducks have not had to bat in the bottom of the ninth inning since June the 7th. As the last time they had to bat in the bottom of the ninth inning of a home game, because, again, they've won 14 straight home games, and none of those have been in waddle-off fashion, going all the way back to June 7th when they beat Southern Maryland 5-4 in the bottom of the ninth. So the Ducks can only win it waddle-off. Still got ninth inning to play here before we talk about extra innings. And again, top of the order for the Barnstormers, Jerry Owens to lead it off against Ryan Kushmal. Kushmal, as always, shaking that glove before he deals. A bunt here and a drag bunt towards second. It's a beauty. Rigi Corona tried to go glove to glove to John Griffin and had no play as he waved over the top of it. So a great bunt to get himself aboard by Jerry Owens to open the visitors' ninth. Absolute perfect drag bunt.
Barnstormers second baseman, number 24, Bryant Nelson, number 24.
So Bryant Nelson, who has a sacrifice bunt back in the opening inning, certainly would expect him to do the same here. And on the grass at third is Cody Puckett. 1-1 game, top of the ninth, leadoff man aboard for the Stormers in the speedy Jerry Owens. He squares the bunt and drew it back, took the pitch for a strike, 0-1. Bryant Nelson looks down at third. DJ Boston coaching there, goes through the signs. And Nelly, 0 for 2 tonight with that sac bunt in the first, gets the information. And you got to think he's going to try a couple of times to get Jerry Owens over to second base. 0-1 the count. Kushmal going to fire over there to bring Owens back. Owens again had his first steal as a Barnstormer last night, playing in his 14th game of the year tonight. But he can fly. You could tell by how he dropped down that drag bunt and beat it out. Again, Kushmal is going to fire over to bring him diving back to the bag. Oh, 1 the count to Bryant Nelson. Waggles the bat above his left shoulder, batting lefty here against the righty. Squares the bunt and drops a beauty toward first. Kushmal fields, underhands to the second baseman, Corona covering, and the sacrifice goes 1-4, moving Jerry Owens down to second base with 1 away. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification.
Number 35.
So 2 beautiful sac bunts tonight by Bryant Nelson. And now here's Mike McDade, doubled and scored the only run of the game for Lancaster back in the 7th. Jerry Owens now at second with 1 away in a 1-1 game that's reached the 9th inning. Kushmal stares into Jose Morales, shakes the glove, checks second, and set at the belt. Holds it, and then the pitch. Swung through, 0-1 on McDade, who prior to the double grounded out to first and grounded out to short. So he's 1 for 3 with the only extra base hit of the series for Lancaster. And right now, the only run scored for the Stormers in tonight's contest. Kushmal going to step off here. McDade going to step out. And back to second goes Jerry Owens. Ducks have out hit the Stormers 9-7. Lancaster's committed the game's only error. 0-1 pitch will be delayed as Kushmal is going to spin off the rubber and feign a throw to second base. And even though nobody was covering for Long Island, Jerry Owens went back to the bag instinctively. Again, Ducks have not lost a home game this month, and this is the last night of June the 30th. 0-1. Lashed foul off the end of the bat down the left field line. It's 0-2. So can they run the table at home in the month of June and make it 15 straight wins here at the old Duck Pond? It already is a franchise record for Long Island, but a win tonight would give them a franchise record 23 wins in a calendar month, and also give them a franchise record 42 wins in the first half of a season. Never done that before either. They're in a battle here, 1-1 game in the 9th, though. 0-2, Kushmal ahead of McDade. And now misses way outside with a fastball, trying to get him to chase. It's ball 1. On deck, the cleanup man, Brian Cavazos Galvez, who's got the only run batted in tonight for Lancaster. Crowd grows quiet once again like they were in that 7th inning. Very tense moments in this game. Kushmal ready after a check of second. His 1-2. Again way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So gets ahead 0-2 and then tries to make Mike McDade chase his pitch, which McDade was unwilling to do. And McDade now with hits in all 4 games since joining the Barnstormers Sunday in a doubleheader. Kushmal's 2-2. Hacked foul to the screen behind home plate, and will do it again. So McDade, who spent 8 years in the Blue Jays organization but never making it up to Toronto. Trying to play hero here for his new team and give Lancaster their first lead of the night. 1-1 top of the 9th. Stormers with a man at second in Jerry Owens and 1 away. Ryan Kushmal, the right-hander, to the belt. And his pitch off the hands, foul down the right field line. That was in tight on him. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Out-of-town scoreboard, Somerset Patriots leading 2-1 in Camden over the River Sharks in the top of the 3rd there. So again, the Ducks need the River Sharks to beat the Patriots at least one of those 4 games in that series in order to make the 3-game set here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday be for the first half Liberty Division title. That's what the Ducks want. They want it to come down to 3 games on this field. 2-2. Well hit the center field. Lou Ford coming over. It's one hopped in front of him. He will get it in quickly, and they will hold Jerry Owens at third base. So hit it so hard did Mike McDade that Lou Ford got to it. Also, the runner Owens had to hold up to make sure it fell in. But now, first and third for Lancaster, and they are going to pinch run for Big Mike McDade at first base with Yusuke Kajimoto. So Owens stopped at third. McDade did his job by singling the center and moving the man to third. And McDade, the DH, is done for the night at 2 for 4 with a single, a double, and the only run in thus far for Lancaster. So Jones had to hold up to make sure it fell in. It did. He went to third. Kajimoto pinch runs for McDade at first. Runners at the corners and one away for the cleanup man, Brian Cavazos Galvez. Trouble for Kushmal. First pitch. Oh, he was going to try to squeeze home the run. Tried to bunt his way on or bunt the run home. And bunted right through it for strike 1. So a little trickery on there for Butch Hobson, who watched the Ducks again bunt their way to a championship over these Barnstormers in the deciding game of the championship series back in 2012. 0-1 the count to Cavazos Galvez, 1 for 3 tonight, with the RBI single his last time up. 0-1. Ooh, hit the bat, or did it hit his hand? Sounded like the bat. He reacted as if it was his hand. And now I believe they are going to say it was his hand, and he's making his way down to first base. And I believe the home plate umpire, Manolo Alejandro, is going to get some fresh baseballs here, but I think Kevin Baez is saying, is there any chance that hit the bat and not his hand? But they're going to rule it hit his hand. So a hit batsman will load the bases now for Brandon Jones. Owens stays at third. Kajimoto moved to second. Cavazos Galvez hit at first, and here is Brandon Jones, 1 for 3 tonight. And on the grass at third is Cody Puckett, in case the Barnstormers have another mind to squeeze home the go-ahead run. Big jam for Kushmal. First pitch misses low and in, ball 1. So bases loaded, 1 away, 1-1 the score in the top of the 9th. And even a deep fly ball by Brandon Jones would get Jerry Owens home from third base. A 1-0 pitch to follow. And that foul back to the netting. 1 ball and 1 strike. So again, Somerset a 2-1 lead, top of the 3rd in Camden. Southern Maryland a 4-3 lead in Bridgeport, top of the 8th. And Sugarland leading it 9-5 in York. So the road teams are all winning the other 3 games. This one's tied 1-1 here in the 9th. So again, does not look like Southern Maryland can clinch tonight, but they could lower their magic number to 1 to win the Freedom Division. 1-1 here is taken low, 2 balls and a strike. And the Crabs started the night with a magic number of 2. A Crab win and a Skeeter loss would get them home. They are doing their part with a 1-run lead in Bridgeport, but the Skeeters are winning 9-5 now in York. Although they did have an 8-1 lead earlier in that game. That game's in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 pitch coming to Jones from Kushmal. Inside, 3-1, and he's got no place to put him. A walk would give Lancaster their first lead of the game. So now the biggest pitch of the night has arrived, coming from righty Ryan Kushmal. to lefty swinging Brandon Jones. Comes set, slowly from his letters to his belt. The 3-1. Inside ball 4. Ryan Kushmal has walked in the go-ahead run for Lancaster as Jerry Owens scores from third. The Barnstormers have their first lead of the night and first lead of the series. It's 2-1 Lancaster.
Luke Hughes, number 11.
So for Brandon Jones, RBI 22 on the year. And here comes Marty Jansen, the pitching coach of Long Island, to talk to his right-hander. So the carousel spins for Lancaster. Jones scores from third. Kajimoto to third. Cavazos Galvez to second. Jones on at first with the RBI walk. And it'll bring up Luke Hughes. So, I mean, just a crazy inning. Jerry Owens started it with a great drag bunt towards second base, beat it out, sacrificed over. Mike McDade a single to center, but they held Owens at third. And then, of all things, a hit batsman by Kushmal to load the bases and a walk to Jones to force home a run. 2-1 Lancaster in the top of the ninth. And work still to be done, though. Only one away and the bases loaded for Luke Hughes, 0 for 3 tonight. Kushmal, after a meeting from his pitching coach, misses inside with ball 1. No, they check that. They say a strike. They say Luke Hughes went around. Again, last night in the ninth inning, with runners at first and third and one away, Kushmal got Luke Hughes to pop out to shortstop for a huge second out in what was eventually a 1-0 Long Island win. 0-1. Popped up foul out of play behind home plate, 0-2. The Ducks in the bottom of the ninth will be at 8, 9, and 1 in their order. Rigi Corona, Dan Lyons, and Brian Sabatella. Kevin Baez does have right-swinging Prentice Redmond and Mike Blank on his bench, and left-swinging Blake Davis, but I think he'll stay with these guys tonight, the 9 he started with. Be an 0-2 pitch to Hughes. Got the outside corner, a call, third strike. First strikeout for Kushmal, out number 2 here in the visitors' ninth. So can he limit the damage to the 1 run on the board?
Left fielder number 3, Jake Lucci, number 3.
It falls to Jake Lucci, the left fielder, 0 for 3 tonight in the contest. Bases still loaded for Lancaster, but now 2 away. They have pushed across a run on a bunt single, a single to center, a hit batter, and a bases-loaded walk. Lefty batter for the righty thrower, Kushmal's pitch. Swung through, 0-1. Lucci tonight is grounded into a double play, flied to left, and grounded out to second. Still looking for that elusive first hit as a Barnstormer in 5 games. He's now 0 for 16. Or check that, 15. 0 for 15 for Jake Lucci. Kushmal's 0-1. Popped up down the left field line. A long run for Delta Cleary Jr., the left fielder. Calls off his shortstop, Dan Lyons, and makes the grab. And the side retired. But the Barnstormers do send 7 men to the plate. They score 1 run on 2 hits. There was a walk, a hit batsman, and they leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Do the Ducks have a rally in them? Come back and find out. They trail it 2-1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Ian Marshall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Hey fans, this is Matt Soren, pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers, pave your way.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/reliability.
Well, we head to the bottom of inning number 9 at the old Duck Pond. Long Island trailing it 2-1 there. 14-game home winning streak is on the line. And a pitching change for the Barnstormers as Pete Andrelzik, the right-hander, is done. Boy, was he spectacular. Pitched the innings 7 and 8. 2 innings tossed, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. So 4 of the 6 outs he recorded were strikeouts, and he gives way to the submarining left-hander, Zach Jackson. The 32-year-old stands 6'5", 225 pounds, a native of Greensburg, Pennsylvania. That's where he was born, and now calls Nashville, Tennessee his home. Last pitched at AAA Syracuse, and is a former big leaguer in here, trying to get the save and give Lancaster the win. Jackson does not have a save on the season, and he's got some rough numbers in 22 games with the Barnstormers. 2-4 record, actually a respectable ERA of 3.86. So Regi Corona will turn around about right-handed for the first time tonight against the lefty submariner Zach Jackson, lead off the bottom of the 9th. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Regi has a double in 3 trips tonight. Ducks with a couple extra base hits tonight. I may have said earlier they only have 1, but doubles by Ford and Corona, triple by Delta Cleary Jr. 0-1. Swung through, 0-2. Again, Ducks have 4 waddle-off wins this season, including the very first one of the year against Lancaster here on May 8th. Ducks trailed that game 9-1 into the bottom of the 4th inning before winning it 11-10 in the bottom of the 9th. So first time since June 7th that the Ducks have had to bat in the bottom of the 9th. They've been winning all these games without having to waddle off since they beat Southern Maryland here 5-4 in the bottom of the 9th on a Regi Corona single that brought home Lou Ford and the latest waddle-off win. 0-2 the count to Regi right here to open the home 9th with Long Island down a run. Jackson set way up by his ear. 0-2. Grounded foul, third base side. Kevin Baez will play it there. Zach Jackson pitched in the big leagues with the Milwaukee Brewers in 06 and 08, and with the Cleveland Indians in 08 and 09. First year Barnstormer. First year Atlantic Leaguer. And again, you want to talk about imposing. 6'5", 225, dropping down from the left side. Here, a backdoor curve, check swing, they appeal. J.B. Torres at first as he held up, and it's a ball to Regi Corona. One and 2 the count to the Ducks' second baseman. And last time he was up from the left side, he poked it down the left field line the other way for a double. Here he is right-handed, trying to get on in a 1-run game. His team down in the last of the 9th. 1-2. In the air to center field. Will it get down? It will for a base hit. Regi Corona aboard the tying run on to start the 9th for Long Island.
Loyal shortstop, number 12, Dan Lyons, number 12.
So here's Dan Lyons, 1 for 2 tonight. He has struck out swinging, single to left, and in between been hit by a pitch. Regi Corona, the runner at first, 8 steals this year in 10 tries. And the lefty Jackson stares him down, comes home. Lyons shows bunt, drops it down in front of the plate. The catcher fires to first in time to get him as the putout goes 2-3. Scary moment for the Barnstormers, though, seeing Dan Lyons drop down a bunt the way he beat him with a bunt to win the Atlantic League Championship in Game 5 here back in 2012. So Lyons does his job. The sac bunt goes 2-3. And now the Ducks with 2 cracks at a base hit that would tie this game. Regi Corona down to second on the Dan Lyons bunt. Back to the top of the order for Brian Sabatella, who gets at least one more crack here to extend an 8-game hitting streak. He came in with hits in 21 of his last 22 games. He's 0 for 4 tonight. And now Butch Hobson wants to talk, I believe, to his catcher, Juan Apodaca. And they may put him aboard here. And again, they would just have to indicate that if that was the case. Certainly don't want to put the go-ahead run on, though, so that's not what Butch's intention is here. He's a right-handed hitter, though, but the Ducks have a switch hitter and all righties to follow that. The next 4 against the lefty here, Zach Jackson. So he's not going to put Sabatella on, and it doesn't get any easier when you got all righties and all 300-plus hitters on the season. Ball 1 here to Sabatella, who's twice flied out to center, has grounded into a double play and struck out swinging. Crowd behind the local boy, Brian Sabatella from Wading River, now calls Aquabog home up on the North Shore. 1-0. Thought about it, laid off it, missed low, 2-0. So again, got to be a little tough for Zach Jackson, trying for his first save of the year, first save as a Barnstormer. And this Ducks team that has hit so well all year long, determined to keep the 14-game home winning streak alive. Good start for Sabatella at 2-0. Corona leads off second, the pitch. Outside, ball 3. So maybe Butch's message to his catcher Apodaca was tell the pitcher Jackson just keep it away from the red-hot Brian Sabatella. 3-0 is an outside strike. Boy, that looked wide, but called strike 1. And the count now 3-1 to Brian. Big pitch here for the drop-down lefty, Zach Jackson. 3-1. On the way. Missed it, ball 4 outside, and now the winning run aboard for Long Island. That's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. Just the second walk tonight for Lancaster pitching. First for Zach Jackson. So Regi Corona at second is the tying run. Brian Sabatella at first is the winning run. And here's Delta Cleary Jr. for Long Island. 1 for 4 tonight with a triple down the right field line is his only hit back in the 5th. Crowd now getting behind Delta Cleary Jr., who scored the winning run last night in the very first inning. Trying to play hero again, at least tie this game. First pitch. Inside strike, 0-1. Bottom of the 9th, Ducks down 2-1. They have first and second and 1 away for their 2-hitter, Delta Cleary Jr., who started the night second in the league in batting average at .329, trailing only Lou Ford. 0-1 pitch coming. On the ground, slowly hit toward third. Luke Hughes Fields fires to first in time to get him, but both runners move up a base. So it comes down to this. The league's best hitter, Lou Ford. They're chanting Lou already, but I don't think that Butch Hobson's going to let him hit. It's second and third and 2 away. I think he's going to take the bat out of Lou Ford's hands and let Randy Ruiz try to win the game for Long Island. He's going to go out on the mound and talk about it. In fact, he's going to go out and get a right-handed pitcher. But no chance here. Again, I don't think he's going to let Lou Ford hit with a base open. His run means nothing. But he will take the baseball here, and we will have a pitching change. Here's the situation. Ducks trail 2-1 bottom of the ninth. They have second and third, 2 out. For Lou Ford, when we come back, he'll probably be walked. And we'll see Randy Ruiz. Can the Ducks pull it out? Stick around and find out.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Now, the new pitcher for the Lancaster Barnstormers is the 26-year-old right-hander from Fresno, California, 6 foot tall, 195-pound Marcus Walden, who is in to make his first appearance of the series. He does have the highest ERA of any pitcher on the Barnstormers staff at 5.28. He's 1-3 this year in 16 relief appearances and does have 1 save on the season. In 29 innings, he's allowed 27 hits. He's walked 14 and struck out 29, and the opposition batting .252 against Walden. So Marcus Walden goes through his warm-ups, and here's what he is faced with. His team has a 1-run lead, 2-1 bottom of the ninth. Lou Ford scheduled to hit, but certainly he's going to be walked intentionally here, as his run would mean nothing. And I believe they will deal to Randy Ruiz with the bases loaded instead. And again, the Barnstormers need an out to win the game. The Ducks need a base hit to try and win the game. So Marcus Walden is in. Lou Ford will make his way to the plate, but again, I'd be shocked if they actually pitch to him, and the crowd boos as the sign is given to intentionally walk Lou Ford. So again, Lou means nothing. It actually sets up a force at any base, so it's smart baseball here by Butch Hobson. And here's Randy Ruiz. Comes down to this. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ducks down a run. Randy Ruiz, 1 for 4 tonight. Singled the left center back in the 4th. Has struck out twice and grounded to short. Rigi Corona at 3rd is the tying run. Brian Sabatella at 2nd is the winning run. Nothing else matters for Long Island. Marcus Walden trying for his first save of the season. Again, with the bases loaded, though, a walk would tie the game. That's the danger. The first pitch. Slapped foul, just missed it down the right field line, trying to inside out it. 0-1. So again, that is the only danger of walking Lou Ford, but you're not going to let the guy who was the Atlantic League Player of the Year last year, who would be the Atlantic League Player of the Year this year, the guy who leads the league in hitting and RBIs, beat you. You know, take the bat out of his hands and take your chances with Randy Ruiz, the cleanup man. So good start for Marcus Walden. He's ahead 0-1. Ruiz with the bat high above his right shoulder. The 0-1 is just outside. Boy, good look by Randy, who's also the Ducks hitting coach, leading by example here. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Ducks have the bases loaded, down a run. Trying to close out June undefeated here at home. 1-1 the count. Walden comes set at the belt. The pitch hit in the center field. That's a base hit. Rigi Corona will score to tie it. Brian Sabatella will score to win it. Randy Ruiz has won it for Long Island here with a 2-out, bases loaded single in the bottom of the ninth. The Ducks are out to mob Ruiz as they have themselves a 3-2 victory, and they win their 15th straight game of the year here at home. Oh my! Incredible ending for Long Island as they mob Randy Ruiz. They walk Lou Ford to get to him, and Randy delivers. It's their 5th waddle-off win of the season, and it's franchise records tonight for the Long Island Ducks. Their 23rd win in the month of June, that's a new record. Their 42nd win in the first half, that's a new record. And they extend their franchise record winning streak at home to an incredible 15 games. They go 15-0 at home in the month of June. Unbelievable. The final score tonight, the Long Island Ducks 3, the Lancaster Barnstormers 2. We will be back to talk about it on the postgame show.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Chris King back at a delirious Bethpage Ballpark where the Long Island Ducks have done it again. Their 5th waddle-off win of the season in dramatic fashion as their home 14-game winning streak was on the line, down a run into the bottom of the 9th inning, but they managed to do it against 2 different relievers for the Lancaster Barnstormers, and Randy Ruiz, the hero tonight, a bases-loaded 2-out single to center that brought home Rigi Corona from third with a tying run, Brian Sabatella from second with a winning run, and Long Island closes out a perfect month at home, 15-0 here in June at the old Duck Pond. So just incredible. They seemingly always find a way to get it done, and tonight was no exception as this was a tight, taut game, just like last night's 1-0 win for Long Island. The Barnstormers scored a run in the top of the 9th off Ryan Kushmal to take a 2-1 lead, but off Zach Jackson, the lefty, and Marcus Walden, the righty, the Ducks managed to get it done in the bottom of the frame, and as we mentioned, set a bunch of franchise records along the way. It is the first ever 23-win month in franchise history. They go to 23-6 is what they finish up June, breaking the record of a 22-win August of 2000 and a 22-win July of 2003. It is also the first time they've ever won more than 41 games in the first half. Last year they won 41 in the very first half, but now it's 42-22, the record for Long Island, as they are 20 games over 500, and again extend the franchise record at home to 15 consecutive wins and keep their playoff hopes alive, as they will not allow the Somerset Patriots to knock that magic number down based on Long Island's game tonight. We'll update you on that Patriot game, of course, before we go off the air, but of course it's going to be Randy Ruiz as our Ducks player of the game tonight. He goes 2 for 5 pair of singles, and drove in 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning, the tying and winning run to keep it all alive for Long Island. And again, their first waddle-off win since June 7th here against Southern Maryland. And their very first waddle-off win of the year was also against these Barnstormers way back on May the 8th. But Randy Ruiz has his biggest moment of the season. The Ducks hitting coach shows exactly how you're supposed to do it when the game is on the line and gives Long Island the 3-2 victory. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, the full recap of how it went down tonight. Of course, we'll run you through that very important out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll preview tomorrow night's Game 3 matchup between the Ducks and Stormers. Again, Long Islanders won it here tonight in waddle-off fashion. 3-2 your final.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Mickey Janis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or huntingtonhondacars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Chris King back one final time to Bethpage Ballpark, where the Long Island Ducks have defeated the Lancaster Barnstormers by the final score of 3-2. Time now for the recap of tonight's contest. Tonight, Game 2 of a 4-game set. Ducks won last night's opener 1-0. Another terrific pitching duel here tonight between a pair of right-handers, John Brownell for Long Island and Brian Woodall for the Barnstormers. In fact, it went scoreless into the bottom of the 4th inning before the Ducks got a John Griffin ground ball up the middle that went off the glove of the shortstop, Anderson Felice, for an error for Lancaster and allowed Lou Ford to score from third. He had doubled the left center to open the inning, and the Ducks had themselves the 1-0 lead. It would stay 1-0 through 6 innings of play. Brian Woodall would depart then for the Barnstormers. 6 innings of 8 hit, 1 ball. He had 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. John Brownell would give up a run in the 7th inning as the Barnstormers opened the inning with a Mike McDade double, and then Brian Gavazos Galvez singled him home to tie the game at 1. Brownell would get through that inning and was lifted after 7 innings of 5 hit, 1 ball. He walked 1 and struck out 3. So the bullpens into the game in a 1-1 contest. It would stay that way into the 9th with Ryan Kushmal in for Long Island. The Lancaster Barnstormers would get a bases-loaded walk out of Brandon Jones that brought home Jerry Owens to make it 2-1 Stormers. Ducks went to work in the bottom of the 9th against left-hander Jack Jackson, and it started with Regi Corona singling the center. Dan Lyons would drop down a beautiful sacrifice bunt to move him to second base. Brian Sabatella would draw a walk, and Delta Cleary Jr. grounded out to third, moving Sabatella to second and Corona to third. That would be it for the left-hander Jackson, as Butch Hobson would bring in his right-hander, Marcus Walden. Again, the Ducks had second and third and 2 out. Lou Ford was due next, but he used the open base to put the league's leading hitter aboard, set up a force at any base, and try to have Randy Ruiz end it for the Barnstormers if they could get an out. Instead, Randy Ruiz singled to center field. Scoring from third was Regi Corona to tie the game. Scoring from second was Brian Sabatella to win it for Long Island, and the Ducks had themselves their 5th waddle-off win of 2015 with a 3-2 victory. Final numbers tonight for Long Island: 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Barnstormers, 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They stranded 5. The winner in relief was Ryan Kushmal. He's now 3-0. The loser, Zach Jackson, he drops to 2-5. And the game played in 2 hours and 51 minutes before a crowd of 4,946. So with the victory, the Ducks go to 42-22 in the first half. Again, it's a new franchise record for the most ever first half wins in team history. They won 41 a year ago after 3 times winning 40 prior to that. So again, it's the most first-half wins ever. They've also tied the franchise record for most wins ever in any half, first or second. The 42 wins were first done back in the 2000 season under Buddy Harrelson in the second half of that year, and no Duck team has won more than 42 games in any half. Long Island will still have 6 games to go to try to do that before the first half comes to an end. Ducks have now won 2 straight overall. Here at home, they extend their franchise record winning streak to 15 games, and they finished the month of June at home a perfect 15-0. I mean, that's just incredible. Their last home loss, May 31st here, 4-3 to York in 15 innings. They did not lose a home game the entire month of June. They finished the calendar month of June at 23-6. And again, the 23 wins, also a new franchise record for most wins in any month of any season. They'd won 22 times in August of 2000 in their very first season. They won 22 times in July of 2003 in what was season number 4 in franchise history. But tonight, those records are shattered by their first ever 23-win month as they close out June in style. Meanwhile, with the loss, the Barnstormers dropped to 26-39. Lancaster's lost 2 straight and 7 of their last 8. Ducks lead the season series 6-3 over the Stormers, and Long Island improves to a league-best 24-6 here at home. All right, that's the good news for the Ducks. They win. Out of town is not looking good, but it's still early down in Camden as the Somerset Patriots have a 5-1 lead over the River Sharks. Again, the Patriots started the night atop the Liberty Division, 4.5 games better than the second-place Ducks with a magic number of 3. Any combination of Patriot wins and Duck losses that add up to 3 would clinch it for the for the Patriots. So the Ducks just need the River Sharks to win one of those 4 games in the series that began last night. Ducks take care of business here the rest of the week, and the Patriots arrive Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a 3-game set that could decide the first half Liberty Division champion. But right now, again, Somerset leads at 5-1 in Camden in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sugarland Skeeters a 9-5 lead in York, bottom of the 9th. Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, bottom of the 9th, a 4-3 lead in Bridgeport. Blue Crabs atop the Freedom Division with a magic number of 2. So if they hold on and win that game, it would drop down to 1. But it doesn't look like York's going to help them out tonight. Had York beaten Sugarland, then the Blue Crabs could clinch as early as tonight, but it does not appear like that is going to happen. We'll do one last update here, see if any of these games in the Atlantic League elsewhere have gone final. And indeed, Sugarland has won tonight. 9-5 is the final. Southern Maryland has won. 4-3 is that final. So the Blue Crabs now a magic number of 1 to clinch the Freedom Division title. That means any win by Southern Maryland the rest of the way, any loss by Sugarland the rest of the way will give the Blue Crabs the title and their 6th playoff berth in the last 7 years. Major League Baseball, Mets in action tonight at home against the Cubs at Citi Field, and that one 1-0 in favor of the Cubs was the final as the Mets held to just 3 hits in that game. Yankees yet to get underway out in Anaheim where they'll take on the Angels with Ivan Nova on the hill for the Stormers. So another amazing night here tonight at the old ballpark for the Long Island Ducks as they do a great job in helping keep their playoff hopes alive in this first half, and they run the table at home here in the month of June, going 15-0 at the Duck Pond. They'll try to keep it going tonight, looking for a 16th straight home win, I should say, tomorrow night with right-hander Billy Buckner on the hill. He's 4-1 on the year with a 5.45 ERA. Stormers will counter with their lefty Nate Reed, 1-4, 2.45 earned run average. And, of course, tomorrow night, another winning inning Wednesday with a chance for any lucky fan in attendance to go home with $10,000, just like Ginny Steele did a couple of Wednesdays back. Special giveaway tomorrow night as well. Duck Static Cling decals go out to the first 2,500 and 6:35, the scheduled first pitch between the Ducks and the Barnstormers. That'll do it from here. Once again, the final score tonight from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. In waddle-off fashion, it was the Long Island Ducks 3 and the Lancaster Barnstormers 2. My special thanks to engineer Dave Miratello back in our Ronkonkoma studios. Also special thanks to my friend Noah P. He was my helper tonight here in the radio booth and did a great job. We do invite you to join us for our next Long Island Ducks broadcast. That'll be tomorrow night when the Ducks host the Stormers in Game 3 of this 4-game set. The pregame show starts at 6:20 p.m. We'll throw the first pitch right at 6:35. And, of course, you'll hear it all on Long Island's home for Ducks baseball, liducks.com. and youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Again, my thanks to everybody at LI News Radio tonight, 103.9, our flagship radio station, for bringing you this thrilling contest. I'm Chris King saying thanks so much for listening. We'll do it all over again tomorrow night on the internet side. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening, everybody, and good night from the Duck Pond.